All right, what is happening, beautiful people of YouTube? It's another night at the Flock House. We are drafting for $100,000 on
tonight.
Saturday. Yeah, tonight. Tonight's stream is $100,000 buy-in. No, it's $100,000 on Saturday. The Flock League is drafting, so we are preparing. Very, very excited. We've got a fan in the house right now. Obviously, we've got Sammy with us. We've also got some guests here on the couch in the Flock House. Sal Vetri, a.k.a. Champ.
That's right.
Is in the building.
The belt's in the car. Can somebody go fetch? Because one of my little boys go fetch me that belt in my
Someone go get him the Champ belt, please.
the trunk out of my G-Wagon out there.
Yeah, who got a great shout out from Walter Football we heard recently. Any comment on that?
Oh, the one. Yeah, I thought it was Walker. No, I thought everything he said was actually spot on.
Accurate.
Yeah, I thought
very
it was
accurate.
I think he's probably early. Like, I think a lot of people are going to start thinking that soon. So I'm just letting it go out last.
I love it.
Yeah.
We've got Rome in the building as well. Rome, welcome in. You guys might have to share a mic at times here tonight.
That's all good. I'll let Sal, the champ, to do most of the talking on this one. But
Champ gets to do champ things.
Yeah. But I'm definitely happy to be here on the live again. I absolutely love what you do here, Zach, and
appreciate it.
Ready to bring the content.
Thanks for hanging out. We are going to be doing a fantasy football draft tonight. This is the same settings as the Flock League. All right. So it's a start 8 league, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and 2 flex spots. And by the way, we have quick math. We have 9 spots that we're going to give out to the chat tonight. Okay, so if you're out there and you want to be in tonight's draft, I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to be prepared. But here's the deal. You need to be all in, okay? It's a $50 buy-in. Everything goes to first place. So if you don't have $50, don't join. If you don't have $50, you can watch the draft, right? You can be free here, hang out for free. But it's a $50 buy-in tonight. So if you don't have that kind of money, you can't participate. Don't join the draft. Our commissioner is going to be tracking everybody and making sure that you are able to submit that payment tonight. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put this into the chat.
I got the link ready if you want.
Yeah, Sammy's going to put it in the chat. It will be first come, first serve. It's just basically going to go through the chat. And, I mean, Rome, do you want to get into tonight? Okay, can we send Rome
I'll send Rome the link. I'll send you on Discord, all right, boss?
2 leagues this year so far. So
okay, there you go.
Yeah, dude. The Sal Vetri League. You can hop in, brother. Let me get you this link. Give me 2
Please
seconds.
make sure everybody pays. I don't want to have no problems going on 3 years from now.
Yeah.
If nobody in this league gets paid. Well, all I did was say, hey, Zach, I'll do your stream with you tonight. You know, we'll have some fun, get a stream up. Now it's my titled league. So make sure everybody pays tonight. I don't want 3 years from now getting in trouble.
Sal Vetri is liable for any issues in this
Sal
league.
Vetri did not pay me the $400 I won 3 years ago.
While we're waiting on Rome to get into this league, we'll send that link here in a second. But I'm going to do a giveaway tonight. Give away 1 season pass to a lucky member. All you have to do to enter is like the stream and type the code word to win a season pass. The code word being champ. I thought that was...
No,
right.
I appreciate that.
To honor you tonight.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
For you to be champ.
So somebody, apparently I guess the camera angle makes my right leg look a lot bigger than my left leg.
Actually, yeah.
Elephantitis is a real disease. And if you would like to donate, just please head to
my Venmo. My
My
Venmo's in the description of the live stream if you'd like to donate to the cause.
Yes. Incredible.
Believe it or not, the swelling has actually gone down in that right leg since earlier today.
You should have seen it. Those are some thick thighs, brother.
They really are.
Sammy's going to go ahead and send the link in the chat. It's first come, first serve.
Rome's in.
So
all right, here we go.
good luck
3,
to everybody.
2, 1, bang. And we watch it fill. Rome, the host, is in here. And we're full. All right. My Balzac keeps on getting in these. He's got quick fingers.
Yeah.
Unpause.
I've heard you love the quick fingers.
Okay, chill.
All right.
Brandon can't even get the freaking thing right that I said last night. He asked if I have a nagging injury.
So what's going on with this draft where I just bounced around twice?
So they randomized it 3 times, by the way. Okay. So Our
I mean, this is
commissioners-
my league. I'm just making sure it's all.
Yeah, you're cool with that?
Yeah, because I saw I had 10, and now I have 2. I don't want no conspiracy theorists coming out here like,
Yeah.
oh, he got Bijan.
All right, so
South and the 2.
we're gonna go ahead and draft here. Jonah, go ahead and hit that
There's
start
nobody
button.
at 12.
Oh, is there nobody? Okay, then
What
don't
happened
hit
here?
start, please.
What happened? We had somebody leave the league. Krusty Knight left the league, and
Oh.
then somebody else joined. So I
He,
think
he was like, I actually can't afford this.
I think I think so. Somebody else did end
His
up
dad
in.
sent him.
Okay.
What is this charge on the credit
What
card?
is going on?
we got randomized one more time, so you're now at 5.
Okay.
Oof, that's a brutal. All right.
All right. So I'm
Do it
in.
one more time.
I hear you can win the league from the 5 spot.
You
I've heard
can,
this.
yes. That's actually not bad. You know what? That's not bad.
Maybe
So
it's time
Zach,
for a
I believe
champion
Zach,
rating.
you're drafting for Jonah at the 3.
Yep, I'm drafting at the 3. We've got Sal at the 5. Rome, where are you?
Rome's at 7, and I'm at 8.
Rome's at 7, and we got Sammy Stacks at 8. So let's go ahead and get this thing popping here. Whenever you like, Jonah, you can start this off for us. But, yeah. Is Jonah your assistant? Jonah's one of the commissioners.
You know who Jonah is, Rom? No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've got
No, I just made it thought you did.
we've got a group of like 3 commissioners who run the leagues for us. They're awesome.
They're good
Yeah.
boys.
Good boys. The best boys.
Great boys.
My favorite boys.
Good boys.
Okay, Gibbs and Bichon off the board. Yeah, not going to say anything
Hey,
about that.
just right now, the most important thing happening is obviously this draft. But the second most important thing is Trace Mack's field goals tonight. So if the chat can just let me know if Trace Mack makes a second field goal.
The Packers game is on right now.
There's just something important happening with his field goals. But that's all. We can go.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean.
Maybe the worst time to stream when the first preseason game of the year is on.
Yeah, so if anybody, if Marshawn Lloyd inevitably gets injured, if the chat could let us know. If Matthew Golden does anything, I'd like to know.
All I know is Jordan
Keep
Love
us
is 3
updated.
for 5 with 18 yards.
I have the play-by-plays up on my
That's
phone.
pretty good.
Jaden Reed has 1 catch
Mason
for 19
Rudolph
yards.
cooking.
Mason Rudolph is cooking. He's
Jeremy
9 for
Bernard,
9.
4 for 51.
Damn. Better draft him.
Better draft him. You're on the
Maybe-
clock, by the
maybe
way,
you're at
Zach.
the 103. I am on the clock. Did not realize that. Thanks for telling me.
No problem.
Let me just quickly log into the cheat
You've got
sheet.
25 seconds left.
I'm in the cheat sheet. Obviously, I didn't need to log into the cheat sheet to know this, but I'm going to draft Jamar Chase. I'm going to draft Jamar Chase here at the 103. Yeah, pretty excited about the Bengals this year. I think we all know like it's just absolute magic if they can all just stay healthy at one single time for 17 games.
We saw it in 2024.
And we're hoping that happens again here. Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua, and now Sal Vetri's on the clock here
Yeah,
at the
so this
105.
is interesting. So, like, if I have the ability to choose my draft slot, this exact setup, I think I'm going back at the I'm not choosing 5. I think I'm going back to 12, 11, personally, because I don't want this draft spot. I think you miss out on the top 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Christian McCaffrey.
He's going to
here.
run it
I'm
back.
gonna run it
say.
back.
Kind of have to for the brand.
I kind of have to for the brands. Christian McCaffrey took him in this exact same spot last year, and it was crazy. And now if you take him here, it's almost crazy the other way. But yeah, I want to start with the running back start at this point. I don't want JSN.
Yeah. Okay.
That's basically all I'm going
Yep.
for at this point.
Very interesting. So you're saying out of if you could pick any pick at all, you'd take the 111 or the 112?
Well, a lot of people are wondering who I'm going to go with this year, and I guess we'll find out Saturday.
All right, we'll find out Saturday. So JSN comes off at 6, and then Rome at the 107 goes with Jonathan Taylor, which puts me on the clock at the 108. And this is pretty simple for me. I'm going to go with the top wide receiver, this little tier here. I'm going to take a Amon-Ra St. Brown
Terrible
at the
pick.
108.
Terrible pick.
Awful, I know.
Would expect nothing else from you. No, great pick with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Rome, I see you went Johnny Taylor.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Let's get some thoughts on that pick there.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those situations where, it's between, Amon-Ra or JT, and with having the 7th pick, I know that I'm guaranteed to get one of the other running backs coming around in round 2, no matter how the board goes. So,
Okay.
If I want to go double running back, I have that option,
Yeah.
but I essentially wouldn't have had that option if I took Amon-Ra. It would have been,
Sure.
wide receiver and then running back. So,
All right. We got Johnny Taylor off the board. Amon-Ra, let James Cook off the board, and then Justin Jefferson before CeeDee Lamb, which if Danny was here,
Let me ask you a question. What do
rolling in
you
his grave.
feel about James Cook this year in this type of setup? We're going to have 2 flexes,
The Flock
2
League?
wide receivers. Yeah, the Flock League setup, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 2 flexes. Because he's going to go
Full PPR.
full PPR. He's going to go top 12. Are you taking him like in the top 10 if you're in that range?
I think he's the hard part.
Like,
I
let's
have
say you have a Saquon, you have a Chase Brown,
Yeah.
you know, a Genti, a Lamb is still there. Are you going James Cook?
the hard part about the back end of the board is that you could genuinely probably name 8 players
Yeah.
that would be
same
fine to
thing.
take there. I think
Right.
James Cook is in that tier.
Yeah, I guess that's
It's a pro and a con, really.
Yeah, that's the right. I guess that's a good way to put it. Like if he was currently going where Achan's going, I might say the same thing about Achan and be like, but James Cook, you could also get.
It's
Yeah,
a big tier.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's probably
yeah.
a good way to look at it because I just never feel good about selecting him.
I find the
the
ce-
1-8 or the 1-9.
It feels like
Yeah.
it feels like the ceiling is a little capped compared to some other guys. Like unless the pass catching really increases in a big way, if he's gonna be this sort of like 8 Danny's in the
Danny,
chat.
where's Danny? He's in the
Danny's
chat talking about CeeDee Lamb.
Unless that target total can really rise a little bit, I feel like he is capped. And obviously, he had an incredible year last year.
Right.
But in terms of one of those like legendary seasons that you want from a guy at the back of the first round, I
Right.
feel like it's capped unless that receiving work really
we have
goes up.
heard that they want to.
They want to apparently, but you know
Yeah.
these teams always
I don't know
want
how
to do
much
stuff
I
that
buy
they
I've seen the
that.
Carmichael. Yeah, I've seen that stuff. I guess for me, it's like you can go 2 ways. The guy plays like barely 55% of his team snaps last year, and he's a
Yeah.
baller. Like, what if it does
Right.
go up? It's even more of a floor. Or what if it stays the same? You're probably not doing the same thing. So
Yep.
that's my dilemma there. But hopefully, I don't have to pick there in the Flock League.
Yeah,
By
hopefully.
the way, and you'll the Derby order video deciding the order in which we will pick our draft slots, that will be out tomorrow. So that should be a really fun video for you guys. Keep an eye out tomorrow morning, most likely. And yeah.
Yep. Ashton Genty, is there any concern taking the one player in the first round on a projected really, really bad offense? Is anyone concerned about
Are you
that?
asking me this?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not taking Ashton Genty there at the 11. But I guess it's sort of like the same thing. Like if you have a turn pick and he's your second round pick from
Yeah.
the 11 spot, it's like kind of
Looks
the same
better
thing.
at the 202 than the
It looks
111.
better there.
Yeah.
It looks better there, but I'm taking Lamb at that spot. I'm taking Chase Brown at that spot. I'm probably taking Saquon at that spot.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
So we do get a CeeDee Lamb Chase Brown start, which I'm
love
seeing
that.
a lot.
That's a lot of
lately.
fun, dude.
I'm seeing that start everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's a great start.
Which I'm a big fan of. Chase Brown was one of 4 running backs last year with over 80 targets, and we keep hearing that they want to put him in the slot, in and out of
Yeah, I don't
different
buy it. You
alignments.
buy it?
I don't buy that, but
No, I think it's
they don't have a
But here's
great
the thing.
slot receiver. So
They
I'm
could
like,
say that. They could say that, and then for them, it's like we're gonna run him there like 15 plays this season, and there's just
Yeah.
no gauge for the report, right? Like they could see like,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna throw him in the slot 15 times this year, and that's a success for them.
Yeah, I think
The reporting's
it's-
weird, right?
Yeah, I think it happens every year. I think the thing that's good about the Chase Brown in the slot, I don't think it's actually going to happen or enough to really matter in fantasy. I think it's good that the only other people they say that about the last couple of years are Christian McCaffrey, Jameer Gibbs, and now
Yeah.
he's in that echelon.
That's
of
very
player.
true.
it's cool to at least get that respect.
He's in that realm for an offensive coordinator to say, yeah, let's put that guy in practice in the slot against NFL level DBs. So
Yep.
I think that's worth something in its own.
I tend to agree. So we get 3 running backs off the board at the beginning of the second round: Chase Brown, Amarian Hampton, Saquon Barkley.
That's a start. Jefferson Barkley is the most boom bust start I think we have right here so far.
Yeah, both of those players feel like they can win you the league, or you'd be upset about how the year is going to go.
Just last year alone, right there.
Yeah.
They both lost you the league. Yeah.
In the year before that, they both won you the
Exactly.
league. Yeah.
It's interesting.
James Cook up here at the 204. James Cook at the 204 feels better. James Cook at the 109, but that's this entire tier. So we get our second double RB start here. Devon Achane, who, by the way, I know I've had a little bit of a war against the comment section and a lot of Twitter for the past month about Devon Achane. I just want to give you guys breaking news. We had a scrimmage versus the Washington Commanders, and in case this shocks anybody, Malik Willis, which I know he's not allowed to do this, but he broke a rule that Twitter set for him. He targeted a running back. He targeted a running back.
He shouldn't have done that.
And
Should not have done that.
I know everyone said that's against the rules. I know they said he refused to do that because he played with Derrick Henry for a couple games. But it looks like he's willing to target the running back. Do you have any thoughts on Achane this year, Sal? Are you a hater or are you all in? Are you somewhere in between?
So I have Achane as my 20th overall player, so I guess I'm a hater.
I'm a hater
Oh
too.
my gosh.
I have him at 18.
I mean,
yeah.
if you think about this, he's going 16th overall, so I'm
Okay.
slightly below. When you're below a guy in the second round, it's like you're so out because you're 2 picks away from consensus in the first or second round.
70th versus 66
I mean, if I'm
feels
getting him
bigger
or
than
I'm drafting
16
in
versus
this
20.
league, if I'm getting him at the 5 spot, I'm
Yeah.
completely fine with it there. There's just
Yeah.
guys that I prefer. I prefer Kenneth Walker. I prefer old man Derrick Henry above him. I really don't. I mean,
Wow.
for somebody who likes Malik Willis for the Dolphins for this little transitionary period, I do not like Malik Willis for an NFL starting running back.
All right, we got Rome on the clock here. What are
right.
you thinking, Roro?
So this is kind of what I was talking about, right? If I would have taken Amon-Ra with the 7, then I'd be stuck either reaching on Derrick Henry or just starting double wide receiver, which I think everyone can understand is probably not the most optimal strategy. So because of the way that running backs are clearly coming off the board, I'm going to take Derrick Henry. And like I said, that's why I like the 107 this year, because you guaranteed you can start double running back no matter what. Even if you want to reach on James Cook, if you want to reach on, anyone you want to reach on, Jonathan Taylor, whatever, you're able to do that double running back start. And it's honestly not that bad of a start. You get whatever running back falls to you out of all the ones. And now we're about to see a big wide receiver run. So
Well, let's get back to what everybody wants to talk about. What do you think about Devon Achane? Okay, that's what my chat would like to
I
hear.
think Achane is just defying the odds, and I don't think that Miami is as bad as people are saying they are as like a fantasy team, right? Like Miami has bad moments and things like that, but rarely do we see them score 3 points in a game like the Jets do, right?
So
Like
where would you say is too high for Devon Achane? Where would you draft him if you?
I think that anything in front of anything 110 or earlier, I'd kind of question it. If you were high on Achane and want to take him above a Genty, above Chase Brown, Hampton, Barkley, I totally understand it. I could see it, like the guy's an absolute beast. He's an animal. So
Yeah.
And now that I started double running back, I have a ton of options for my round 3, depending on what falls to me. So I really do like the 1-7 this year. I know it's at the bottom of Sal's tier list. It's at the bottom of most people's tier list, honestly, but I think it's easily a top 5 pick this year in the drafts.
Did you drop that video today or something?
I think Monday.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go give that little geese.
I think it's Monday. Yeah, I might actually unlist it.
I would like to do a little spying here. Okay, after Ken Walker, we get Derrick Henry off the board and A.J. Brown.
Yes. And
Champ's
now-
on the clock here.
The champ is on the clock, and this is why I do not like this draft pick. It kind of picks it for you, in my opinion. I'm going to go Drake London here. I think you either decide to go elite running back, elite tight end with Bowers, which I could have done here. I'm going to go with London. I just want to wait on tight end at this point. And I hate this draft slot. That's basically what you're working with, is which wide receiver do you want between a Pickens, a Nico Collins. You're probably not, or at least I'm not taking a Jeremiah Love at this range. So it's really hard from the 1-5 to start double RB, which I would probably prefer to if I'm drafting in this type of a league format. But run on RB1.
Yeah, we've kind of found that out over the past few nights, how like this sort of 3-4 and the JSN team as well. If Henry goes, which he did here before the JSN team, you're stuck starting double wide receiver. And it just and then if you don't get a Brees or a Jeremiah Love, if you're not comfortable with those guys, it sort of ends up being a problem.
You got to insanely reach if you want to run it back.
Well, I was going to ask at the beginning of this, for the Flock League, exactly the situation we're in today on Saturday, if you end up getting it or if you end up picking it because you have the option 4th overall, especially with some Puka news out there right now, injuries, off-field stuff, are you taking a CMC at 4 because of that? Because you don't want to start with a Puka, come back around, and have to select
Honestly, like if I'm
a Puka Nico Collins start? Is that what you want in the Flock League?
I
I don't.
Probably not. I completely agree with you that it wouldn't be ideal, but I don't think I would. Yeah, I mean, me personally, like I'm a bit lower on CMC. I have him in a tier that like starts at the 106.
Yeah.
But I don't. I wouldn't pull a player up just for roster construction there. I would kind of just take the guy I think is the best available and sort of deal with the consequences.
I find the 3 spot really hard because you're guaranteed to get Jamar Chase, and then the second round is really not ideal. You're really outside of a range that
They're
you
trolling.
want to be in. I'm going to grab Brock Bowers here. Look, again, not a position that I think I really want to find myself in ideally, because you're basically starting a tier from that 4 and 3 spot in the second round.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas I feel as if these other picks are not starting that tier. Rome mentioned a little bit about, hey, you can get a running back in the second round that you would most likely really like. And, yeah. So while there's a benefit to getting Gibbs and Bijan, if there's anybody out there who's considering drafting those two players, like second, third round, a little bit harder as well, right? Like you're basically starting a tier with some of these names.
I honestly really don't like the left side of the board. But Gibbs and Bijan are such solid, good projections that it makes those picks better, in my opinion, like exponentially.
Yeah, for sure.
Than like just looking at your first round pick.
See, I feel that way about Chase, but then
But it's
there's
a wide
no
receiver.
there's no running
If
back.
Jamar Chase
Yeah.
was a running back, he'd be a phenomenal pick. Honestly, I would love. I would love that slot.
I concur.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look further down the draft for rounds 4 through 6, kind of 7, I mean, in my opinion, that's where you want to secure some wide receivers. Kind of similar to last year, depending on how you built your teams.
Yeah.
You got Chris Olave in what round?
Chris Olave, Pickens. Olave was 6, Pickens was 5 last year in the Flock League.
Yeah. And
I was so annoyed.
Being top wide receiver ones.
Yeah, you can. I mean, like Jacoby Myers was like his 8th round pick, I think, last year. Like the wide receivers, they're going to drop again this year if people are going to keep going 7 running backs in round 2, probably.
That 5th round was hell last year for me because I was on the back end of the board. I remember Jameson going. I remember you taking Pickens. I was so upset about that. Pickens wasn't my guy. I was like, please. It did not pan out very well. Okay, Rice and Pickens coming off the board along with Nico Collins, then Trey McBride. I'm on the clock here. I would be happy at this point to look at plenty of running backs that are on the clock. I'm not exactly a big Jeremiah Love guy, but I think you could absolutely consider him here. There's a lot of great wide receivers like Olave, Smith on the board. You're not going to go quarterback. I don't imagine anybody in the Flock League is going to go quarterback this early. I could be wrong. Maybe Jinxie does. Who knows? Maybe it's Jinxie.
I think
true.
Josh Allen will be scooped up if he falls mid to late 3rd for sure.
Okay, I could see that. I'm going to go ahead, though, and draft Breece Hall here. I'm going to take Breece Hall, so start my draft with 3 different positions. Wide receiver, tight end, running back.
How fun! I recently moved
Don't
Breece Hall.
like this, though.
I very recently moved Breece Hall ahead of Jeremiah Love. I had him behind for a long time. They're back to back. It's not really a big
Is
difference
that
for me.
yeah? Is that a hot take to have Breece ahead of Love?
It feels like large, at least from like best ball, which I've been doing a lot of. Jeremiah Love has been ahead of him pretty much all summer. But no, it's probably not that hot of a take. I just the Cardinals, man.
Is that a hot take for you?
Yeah, I have Jeremiah Love a tier above, like 3 ranking spots at the position above Breece Hall. But I mean, it's close.
Okay.
I mean, if you want like stability, I think it's Breece Hall.
Yeah.
If you want to potentially win your league, it's Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah Love.
I would say he's the guy that could get you a 1,500-yard season that you're not expecting.
You are up here with your 3rd round pick.
I am up here with my 3rd round pick, and it is straight buns at this point. I mean, I mean, we have Chris Olave, we have Josh Jacobs, we have Josh Allen. I don't want any of these players on my fantasy team right now. Damn, this is a rough range. Yeah, 5 is a brutal pick. Javante's here. Let's do this since I am going to go. I currently have Jacobs higher than Javante, but I'm a little bit worried about how we draft right now. Another week of a groin. There's not really a timeline to return. They just said another week.
He's scary right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go Javante here. Don't love the pick, but I just want my second running back to be done with the position.
I get that.
Also, don't hate the pick. I think the Cowboys are live to be the best offense in the NFL. Maybe not the best rushing attack, but they'll be at the red zone enough, and Javante will stay on the field in 3rd downs enough to
I
be
think
fantasy value.
Javante's like one of 5 running backs who's projected by Vegas to score over 10 points.
I was
or 10 touchdowns.
10
sorry.
touchdowns, right? Yeah, I was going to say he's like a sneaky double-digit touchdown guy. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And right now, like if you look at my rankings, these will probably be updated. Jacobs is 1 running back spot ahead of Javante. He's probably dropping.
It is scary right
The
now,
injury
right?
that just came out, it's 1 more week. Marshawn Lloyd's looking good. Jacobs already last year was dealing with injuries, and his efficiency, a little bit injury-wise, second half of the season, was not good. He's never been a great pass catcher. He has, 1 receiving touchdown in his career, too. I'm a little bit worried about Josh Jacobs, not even factoring in, maybe an off-field suspension for a game or 2.
And if he was really ready to play this year, he would have started with the starters tonight in this important preseason game.
Yeah, like Marshawn Lloyd.
Yep, like
And
Marshawn
now-
Lloyd, the starter, did.
I'm on the clock, and I think that honestly, me taking JT at 7 now just seems like such a great choice because I'm in a situation where I'd either be forced to take Josh Jacobs or reach on a Bucky Irving, Travis Etienne, but I want to feel like I'd wait on those. But since I started 2 running backs already, Chris Olave just fell into my lap, and Jordan Tyson just hurt his hamstring today. So like he's a clear-cut wide receiver 1 with very few people to go up against with targets. So I am going to be taking Chris Olave in the 3rd round at the 3-7.
It's a fun start there. Taylor, Henry, Olave. I am certainly not against that start there.
What do you think of Olave in the 3rd this year? Like last year, he was a 6th round pick, maybe like a 5th round pick in super competitive leagues.
I
But
think Olave feels like the equivalent to me taking Brees Hall.
okay,
Do you know what I mean? In the sense of like, I can't see either of them being like a 20-point per game scorer, but
Okay.
I can't see you regretting that pick as well.
Yeah, hard to cross position. I think that's a solid comparison. My
Yeah.
only thing is, we know there's some concussion history there that doesn't, even though it's been a year, that doesn't go away after a year.
Yeah.
It takes like 3 to 5 years for that stuff to go away. The other thing is, I mean, the guy survived off a 160 target season. Like, how often is a guy that size going to survive 160 target seasons?
Sure.
Obviously, Jordan Tyson there. We'll see what happens with the hamstring injury. But that's my only concern. If he drops to 125 targets, which is very reasonable if Tyson's healthy, like, is that a 3rd round wide receiver? Like, consensus-wise, sure, but I don't know if I want to have that as my wide receiver on my team. No disrespect, Rome. You're building a great team here. But otherwise, that's like my concern is I like the double RB start.
Yeah.
Like this 3rd round, when you get a Pickens to go and a Rashee Rice to go, and obviously Neighbors is going earlier and earlier now, like the 3rd round becomes just an overall dead zone, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's a really big tier of wide receivers. I completely agree with you there. I do think Olave can like come close to repeating what he did last year. I do think it's like the ceiling though, like
Yeah.
what we saw, wide receiver 6, 100 catches, 1,100 yards. I do think that that's like probably the ceiling for him. Not to say that you
Sure.
won't make this pick and be completely happy with it.
Right.
But it is a giant
So
tier.
you-
Like 4 guys here. There's even more that are going to come off the board at the 3-4 turn here that I think it's kind of just like, take your pick of these names.
You went T. Higgins there,
Yeah.
by the way.
I think
That's a 308.
I mean, I've said it multiple times. I think T. Higgins is worthy of being a pick at the 2-3 turn. Honestly, I don't understand why he goes so far behind George Pickens. I think it's like the exact same pick. I get that T. Higgins hasn't had the incredible run out that Pickens had last year, where the alpha ahead of him gets hurt, the quarterback stays healthy, and he's able to just dominate. If Jamar Chase gets hurt and Joe Burrow stays healthy, T. Higgins has that 17, 18 point per game ceiling. We just haven't seen that pure run out yet. And I
It's
mean,
not going to happen this year because I just drafted Jamar Chase at the 103, and my players don't get injured.
well,
So I hate
that's
to tell you.
that's probably true, but also it is an even year, and we know that in even years Joe Burrow doesn't get hurt.
That's true.
He gets hurt in all the odd years.
I
So.
think Sammy just made a really great case. I feel better about T. Higgins after Sammy talking. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you.
I think he's a boring pick, and that's why he goes
Yeah.
later in a good way.
He's not a fun name.
I think he's your Mike Evans of the last 2 years of just
Yeah.
like, I know he's
It's the
gonna
wide
be-
receiver 2
I know
thing.
he's going to be decent. He has a little bit of injury concern. I want to take the flashier Emeka Egbuka over him or the flashier Jeremiah Love over him. But yeah, I think it's a good call. I mean, especially towards the later end of that 3rd round, wide receiver 13,
Yeah.
wide receiver 5 the last 2 years, points per game. And he's like one of the only true like handcuff wide receivers, if you will, that most situations, the wide receiver 1 goes down, they spread it out, the tight end gets a little bit more involved, some guy off the
nobody
bench
else.
is decent, like Michael Wilson last year. Now it's like, oh, no, T. Higgins is going
Yeah.
to be a 20-point per game guy most weeks. He's going to be a top 5 consensus
On
rank guy.
average, the 401 in land league drafts and competitive drafts.
That's
so
great.
This
4th round
is
pick, that's great.
kind of that range, early 4th, late 3rd, is where you typically see him. It's just this big old tier.
I think a big thing is that like the offense is insanely concentrated. They really are the Cowboys of the AFC, right? Where it's CD
Oh, yeah.
and it's Pickens.
Yep.
Ferguson is better than any
They're
tertiary
hoping
weapon.
the defense is better, but it probably
But
won't
it
be anything
probably-
great.
It probably won't be. You're absolutely right. This is a team that this team is going to live and die by Joe Burrow.
Yep.
And he wants to throw the ball 600 times.
Sexy Dexy, though. In Cincinnati.
Who knows if Dexter Lawrence can make that big of a
If
difference?
Sexy Dexy is, let's say 90% of his prime, could be a problem for the
But
AFC.
even then, even then, I think the Bengals will still be in a lot of shootouts because they are going to score a lot of points.
Well, they feel like the Rams in the sense of like even though the Rams were like dominating games, they were still like, we're gonna throw the ball. It's the fourth quarter. We're gonna throw the ball. We're gonna get Chase and Higgins the ball here. So Jacobs goes at the 312. I don't hate that pick there. If Jacobs plays 17 games, that's probably a big steal. And the idea of Lamb, Brown, Jacobs to start is very enticing to me. So I think that's well done.
It's
there.
interesting. The 12th pick in this draft and the first pick might be my two favorite starts, and they're on complete opposite sides of the board right now.
You're not worried about what Rashee Rice looks like on a Twitter clip right now? And
That was, a lot of things on Twitter baffle me, but I was so baffled by the amount of people that were just like, half speed, clearly half speed, one rep.
Yeah.
It's
He's still
over.
rehabbing. Like, we know that he's still rehabbing the knee surgery.
To go 1,000% trying.
He's also running the clip. He's running a deep post, which he's never going to run.
Yeah.
Like
Out of the
Rashee Rice
slot,
is
probably.
that is the last route that they are sending Rashee Rice on is a deep post.
he also has never been good at separating. And everyone's
know
tweeting
that.
out clips about him separating,
Yeah.
and they're like, he can't separate.
Yeah, I think that's one of
he's
the-
never been a good separator.
That's like the perfect example of a double counting thing.
Yeah.
You see it on film because
Yeah.
you've gone 6 months without football and you love it.
Yeah.
When realistically, we want him because his biggest competition is another year older Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Almost retired, and whatever Xavier Worthy's going to produce. There's nothing there.
Which there will be a point of the draft where we have to talk about Xavier Worthy because he has some aura on this stream. We'll save it for later, but
I'm
we will
excited
have
hear
to
the
have
lore.
a.
I'm excited to hear this lore.
I can't wait for Sal's thoughts.
We'll save this for later, but Xavier Worthy is a very polarizing name on this channel.
Does this have anything to do in the realm of you thinking David Tyree had thick thighs today?
Yeah.
Similar range of
Look,
good.
we all have different memories.
no comment.
Different triggers, all right? Sometimes people look for thick thighs. Some people,
Whatever
photographic
gets your
memory.
socks
Some
off.
people are, yeah, okay.
Photographic memories. Great.
Okay, Zay Flowers at the 401 is awesome. We have not seen Zay go that late in
Yeah, that's surprising.
this competitive format. I don't think since he signed that contract. Let's see.
Average pick is the 401.
Is there anyone how many wide receivers
Fair.
above him when it comes to money, like guaranteed?
Who just went? Is that last?
He's making Justin Jefferson money.
He is making Justin
So.
Jefferson money. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Those
they
days.
really did commit to him. It'll be interesting to see. Like Zach and I have talked about this. Zach is a little more bullish on the potential for a high touchdown season,
Yeah.
which obviously he hasn't had historically. I do think like these are these things that like there is a lot of variance to them.
Yeah.
And we've talked about with running backs how there are situations where a guy gets paid like James Cook and all of a sudden they want to involve him more. Maybe Zay Flowers is like, hey, we're paying you top of the market money. You better be a guy that can score 6 when
Well,
we get down into the red zone.
Part of it for me is Declan Doyle being there. It's like, yeah, you paid Zay Flowers big time money like this, but also Mark Andrews, from everything we've heard, is really not looking good. He's a huge red zone threat. Their second best red zone threat, you could argue, is Isaiah Likely, who's now gone, right? He went to New York.
It's the two
And
rookies.
Declan Doyle spent time, he's from the Sean Payton coaching tree, and then spent time with Ben Johnson last year. Ben Johnson is notorious for, helping the flanker role kind of flourish, if you will. I think there's more for Zay out there potentially. McConkey, Scatterboot, McMillan off the board.
Yeah, I'll say more on Zay actually. I think I'm pretty bearish on him. I think it's a similar thing when it comes to Chris Olave. Chris Olave actually showed it last year, I'll say, in terms of like the target volume, and he was able to stay
Right.
healthy. Like Zay's in his career, he's averaged 110 targets a season. Like he's not really, in my opinion, a wide receiver 1 for a team. Maybe for that offense, he will be for what they want to do, run the ball,
Sure.
mobile quarterback. But that's where my concern comes in. Like, will we get a 140 target season out of Zay to pay off? I would say most of the time he's probably going to go in like the 3rd round in the Flock League.
Yeah.
To pay off him being maybe your wide receiver 1 in that type of league, are you going to get 140, 50 targets where a 180-pound receiver survives? Like, to me, that's like the simple way to look at it. But a lot of the times with my first 3, 4, maybe 5 picks, I'm trying to like reduce uncertainty, mistakes as much
Sure.
as possible compared to other people who will take those potential guys.
I get that.
And if I can just get solid roles, like in my opinion, he might go, since I'm saying this, Garrett Wilson's still available, right?
Yeah.
It's a 140 target guy if he stays healthy. I don't know if Zay's ever a 140 target guy.
Sure. What did he reach last year?
118.
Talk about your pick.
And he's only
How
ever
much?
missed 118. He's only ever missed one game
Yeah.
in his career, and he's never hit 120 targets. So, like, what happens if he does play only 14 games? Like, you're going to
Sure.
get a 98 target season, 95 target season?
Yeah. Do you have some thoughts to share there? Oh, we had Loveland from Sammy off the board. by the way.
Shocker.
Yeah, we got Colston Loveland going, and in my opinion, since I already have 2 running backs, which is such a blessing at this point, Josh Allen falling here is insane.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
realize
this
that until you
hasn't.
just-
This is
wow,
probably the
yeah.
latest we've seen him.
I'll gladly
That's a
take
cheat
Josh
code.
Allen in a 6-point passing touchdown quarterback league at the 4-6. Like, that's insane, I feel like.
Wow.
I hate in the second round, in the fourth round.
Yeah,
that's-
middle of the 4th. Like,
I
my team is looking great right now.
I
My mind
honestly,
didn't even
like-
connect that until you
For me, I think it probably is. It is a good value, of course, because he goes higher than this significantly all the time. I still think
Opportunity
that
cost.
by the time we get to the end of the draft, I'm gonna look at. And this is just me personally. I'm gonna look at Rome's team and I'm gonna say, I think I would have preferred to punt quarterback. Like literally, I don't know when that means I would take Josh Allen. Maybe it's the late 4th. I just think that the difference in what you're getting from when you can grab Trevor Lawrence in the 10th round, when you can grab Brock Purdy in the double-digit rounds, just the fact that quarterback is so deep. I think this is the 3rd night in a row that Zach has been sniped on Bucky Irving, 1 pick ahead of his.
It's all my people know me. They're doing it on purpose. They want to see my
All my
reaction.
people's.
So-
honestly, they know it's fine. I'm not bothered by that. It's fine.
Sal, I'm really curious your thoughts on this because I feel like there are like 18 quarterbacks this year where I could leave my draft perfectly fine
Yeah.
with starting them week 1. And then it makes it like every time I look at a draft where I take a quarterback before round 10,
Yeah.
I look at it and I go, you know what? I probably should have waited.
Yeah, I completely agree. There was a time when I was getting a lot of like Jaden Daniels round 6, maybe Jalen Hurts round 6 if he went
Yeah.
later. And I actually feel okay with those builds depending on like if I get my running backs early, I feel okay with those builds. But for the most part, yeah, in most leagues I'll take one, but if it's a deeper league 16 roster spots, I'll probably go to quarterbacks like round 9 to 13, 9 to 12.
I did this last night. You know what? I'm going to switch it up from what I did last night. I think having one running back through 3 rounds, I feel like I can take on, and I trust Breece Hall. I feel like I can have my RB2 with a little bit more boom bust potential. I'm going to take Bashul Tootin here at the
You love to see
410.
You take him in the 4th, huh?
Yeah, Liam Cohen's
Okay.
hand-picked running back. I like Chris Rodriguez a lot as well. I'm not really fully bought into, the idea that Rodriguez isn't going to be involved. I definitely think he's going to have a role, no doubt about it. But I believe that if anybody in that backfield is truly going to break out, and like next year, we're like, that's this next Devon Achane, or Chase Brown. I think Tootin has that profile. And he was super inefficient last year, but the coaching staff talked about how they really asked him to do specific things that didn't allow him to act exactly like shine in that explosive nature. Right. So I'm excited to see what he looks like. If you want to talk about like top 2 players who have been, the coach speak guys, the talked about around town guys, it's Bashul Tootin and one other receiver who hasn't come off the board just yet. But I feel comfortable to take him there, understanding that there is some risk to the selection.
I think like if you see any of my content going out right now, it's the best pick in round 6 is Bashal Tootin, league winner of Hauser Tootin.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with him there as like my second RB. Round 4, I know that's where these guys are going to go in the flock league. Like there's just not going to be dummy picks.
Yeah.
They're going to get pushed up the board. My only thing recently, like literally the last couple of days with him, is Chris Rodriguez has the foot surgery. They don't really know how bad the foot sprain was. Liz Frank, is it not? It seems like it wasn't because he's already back in camp.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's already caught back up, like out of nowhere, over a week.
Yep.
And now apparently this can change by the day, just like it changed here. Chris Rodriguez, it looks even in their inter squad scrimmages, their night scrimmage game.
Yeah.
It's an even split. My concern is a guy like Bashal Tootin. You have all of camp when Rodriguez isn't there to start. He's getting ramped back up, and you're still not blowing him away. Like, there's a relationship, Rodriguez,
Right.
the coach, right, college. So maybe it's just like, I'm not going to do my guy like that. Totally fair. But that's my only concern is Tootin. You got an injured older guy who's not explosive in camp, and you're not blowing the doors off of him and taking a bigger role now. Like, that's my only concern.
Sure. I think I I definitely hear that. And like again, I think Chris Rodriguez is going to play a really important role. I just feel like this is one of those situations where if Liam Cohen is calling plays and there's all this available opportunity and we have Bashul Tutin heading into the second year. And I was watching this interview where they were talking to Liam Cohen about Bashul Tutin. And they were like, so is he going to like take a big step up? And Liam basically said something along the lines of, well, we knew when we let Etienne walk, like, this has to work.
Yeah.
Like, this has to work. He has to be the guy kind of thing.
Right.
So, like, I do believe that Rodriguez is going to play a role. But it's just because there really aren't many, like, for Kyron Williams, for example, right? If the Rams are a top 5 offense and the Jags are a top 5 offense, could Bashul Tutin be the Kyron Williams to Chris Rodriguez being the Blake Corum?
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
can see
mean?
it.
Like, that's where I kind
I
of am
guess the
on
opposite side of that coin is, could Chris Rodriguez be the Ramondre Stevenson to the Trayvon
Yeah,
Henderson?
100%.
last
100%.
Right.
I don't
100%.
think, me personally, I don't think Chris Rodriguez is very good. I don't think he's as good as Ramondre. That's where my bullishness for Tutin comes from, because I think it's a talent bet where Chris Rodriguez is a guy who his entire career has bounced on and off of the practice squad. Literally, if Austin Eckler didn't get hurt last year, he probably wouldn't have touched the field.
Yeah.
And so I'm perfectly fine with the pick here. I think it is funny, Sal, like you mentioned how in your videos you're talking about really good pick in the 6th round or whatever. In like casual home leagues, you're absolutely right. Like, he is going to fall. Everybody here is obviously really locked in. I saw this tweet the other day. Bashal Tutin on ESPN is going within 5 picks of Brandon Aubrey
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, Brandon Aubrey gets steamed up. I mean,
in ESPN drafts.
Brandon Aubrey's
I mean,
the
I get it.
70th overall player in
I know.
ESPN.
I get it from like my family group chats. I'm getting it from like
Yeah.
start sit question or no draft questions right now, and it's like, hey, I see you don't. I just literally recommend don't draft kickers in my like. I don't even have them in my rankings.
Right.
I don't have kickers.
Yeah,
or defenses
don't. Last
anywhere
pick.
in my rankings.
Your last pick.
I'm a streamer guy completely. I don't want you spending a 10th round pick on a defense. So like people are like, hey, I see you don't have kickers. Would you take Brandon Aubrey in the 6th round? And I'm like, brother, let's get the notebook out. We have a lot to talk about today.
It's just the exponentially, like, he's so exponentially more famous and better than all of the other
course,
ones that people think like, oh,
But
I
the
gotta
craziest
get the
part is
best
he
one.
wasn't even the number 1 kicker last year, and
Yeah.
he's in like a tier of like 7 dudes who are week in week out 12-point guys.
It's. I feel like you can. And this is not meant to be disrespectful to anybody watching. I love you no matter where you are in your cycle of fantasy, but I do feel like by people's comments, I can tell how long they've been playing fantasy football.
That's funny.
Like for example, like Ken Walker. I had a video about him last month, and someone said, "I don't trust Andy Reid to make a fantasy running back relevant." And I'm like, okay,
Interesting.
so
Yes.
you
So
just
17.
started watching football pretty recently, right? So yeah, you can definitely tell people's skill level. I will say, guys, hated like it. I hated the fact that I didn't have a running back through 2 rounds. At the same time, this is about as comfortable as I think I could possibly be if I was to take Jamar Chase in the 1st and Brock Bowers or Trey McBride in that 2nd or 3rd range. I feel pretty good with Brees, Tutin, and Judkins. And obviously, Judkins, not an offense you necessarily want to be attached to, but I'm happy to kind of take that shot there.
This guy just drafted a Jet and a Brown. and says he feels better than he's ever felt. And a Raider. Oh.
Yeah, the thing is, you guys don't know. You haven't heard. Okay, there's AI models out there. I'll tell you all about. No, I'm kidding.
I'm going to talk about the pick I just made.
Yes, Scary Terry.
Scary Terry. He's back to back. He's actually 1 pick, so maybe this is a little stress test. 1 pick behind Mike Evans in my rankings.
Yeah,
And same tier. I'll go with Terry probably for injury concern tiebreaker, so that's probably a swap I have to make.
Yeah.
Probably for overall offense right now, in my opinion. I like Terry McLaurin. Stephon Diggs signing there is definitely
I was going to ask you
noteworthy.
about that.
Yeah, it's noteworthy. I mean, to me, Terry McLaurin could be a 4th round pick if Stephon Diggs doesn't sign there. There's just nobody else. Last year, week 2 is when Jaden Daniels goes down. They didn't play a game together healthy all season since 2024 when they were both
As a
career
Commander
years
fan,
for them.
it was the most painful year ever.
Jaden Daniels gets hurt week 2 Thursday night against the Packers, gets hurt 3 more times that year before they shut him down. Terry McLaurin plays with backups basically the entire year or very limited Jaden Daniels. So I think you're going to see a guy who was a top 20 efficiency wide receiver still last year, still earning targets when he was on the field.
Yeah.
And really, honestly, like since he was injured, similar to Garrett Wilson, like didn't run an extra 30 routes per game since he's an aging receiver.
Yeah.
I like Terry McLaurin. I think Stephon Diggs might only help him. I don't think he's
Same.
going to be running a lot of outside wide receiver routes. He should be in some 2 wide receiver sets. I'm not told he's going to be in all of them. I think he'll be mostly in the slot, so I like McLaurin.
I think Michael Mayer may have just scored a touchdown because the chat is letting me know I drafted the wrong tight end.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, Chad.
By the way,
Did Trey Schmack?
Did Chase Mack
There's-
do anything? Is what we need
there's
to
one
know.
guy who keeps asking you for a blueprint, and I'm pretty sure the answer is pay for it. But
Wait, what?
Jack
You're
Clark.
talking to me?
yeah, one guy keeps saying, Sal, can you hook me up with the blueprint? He's commented like 30 times.
Yeah.
Well, you know, good opportunity for a plug. So
I don't want to plug. Yeah, if you head to jointheblueprint.com,
There you go.
You can get something that won me 75% of my leagues last year.
there you go.
$10,000.
There you go.
Did you hear I sent my dad to Italy?
Chimp.
Rome is on the clock here with
Yeah.
his 5th round pick. Where are you
So
going?
I'm on the clock, and I feel like there's two players at two positions that are falling drastically right now between David Montgomery and Devontae Adams. And this is a tough one for me because I already have two running backs. So taking David Montgomery would essentially like solidify my running back room. And I'd feel better about that than anything. But at the same time, Devontae Adams is projected to score the third most touchdowns in the league, receiving wise, this year.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go against Vegas in the 5th round. Devontae Adams has proven it every year. And I'm fine with this start. This start looks fantastic to me. I'm very cool
Love
with
it.
this. A lot of proven players.
The Rams are one of those teams where, like, I really liked them last year. Now that there's this expectation of them, there's some mental block in my head where I'm like, not that was a great pick, by the way, but I'm like, man, I feel like things can just go wrong. You know, like, is this a year Stafford's back actually, goes out, or all these things that people talked about last year? Because these guys are they're just old. They're relatively old players. Like, Stafford is old. Devontae Adams is old.
And Puka is messing around all summer.
Puka's
is
biting people.
He's going on Logan Paul's podcast, and it's
He's
like, brother,
walking into doors.
we
Did
need
you
to-
guys hear the report?
Yeah, he's going to Michael Rubin's white party and cutting his face open because he ran into a glass door. Why is he running around at this guy's house?
Yeah, you guys aren't going to find me giving the Puka slander. If you're 25 years old with that much money, go to the parties. You're going to fuck up. He's not doing anything crazy, allegedly.
Cut your face open. It's
Besides,
A
fine.
little nibble.
a little,
I mean, something.
a little nibble.
Wait, hold
Nibbles,
on. Let's-
a little nibble's
let's
okay.
backtrack there. You said he's not doing anything crazy.
Allegedly.
There's nothing crazy that's happened this offseason, you don't think?
I mean, who
Allegedly
hasn't?
A nibble.
Who amongst us?
That's just a little nibble. That's all it is.
Listen, I think
I did get auto picks, but I had my cue set.
Okay, I was going to say, is that
I got lost. I queued up Dave Montgomery, and then I got lost in the conversation.
I'll also say Adams is like maybe, depending on the stats you look at, like the craziest efficiency season of all time last year.
With
He had 13
touchdowns.
red
From a
zone
touchdown
catches
perspective,
and
yeah.
14 touchdowns. 13 red zone catches and 14
Yeah,
touchdowns.
crazy.
Also-
That math doesn't even seem like it should make sense.
and people, and
Yeah.
from
The
a
most 1 yard receiving touchdowns of all time from a 33-year-old wide receiver, like that is dropping
he was
off
their
a cliff.
he was their goal line running back.
Yes.
and people cite a lot of his like yards per catch or whatever it is, yards per target.
Yeah, you can't.
But not thinking about the fact that everything is from the 1 yard line.
Yeah, you can't.
They're just throwing him back shoulder fades over and over again from the 1 yard line, and he's just catching all of them. I think that he is live to do that kind of thing again.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. But it is kind of a thin bet. But I think that in the 5th round, if we were more confident about it, he'd be going in the 3rd. To me, him, Mike Evans, who just went at the 5'10", those concerns are kind of baked in at this late 5th round price, where it's not the opportunity cost isn't nearly as much compared to what he actually did last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm totally fine with taking him there. You know, it's
Yeah.
like if I miss, he's still going to have a decent season. It's not like he's going to be a dud. So
Aside from injury, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But you can never plan for that. So I don't. When it comes to injuries, I don't like thinking about this player's injury prone. This player's got, because realistically, I mean, you look at Sal's team last year. He drafted almost all injury prone people, and none of them got injured. So it's like you can't look at injuries and be scared of people because of potential injuries.
No,
like
I agree.
he drafted Chris Olave, concussion problems. Drafted Jonathan Taylor, ankle problems. Drafted CMC, everything problems. Like, yeah, it's just a bunch of injury prone people, but it worked out. So I'm not going to be scared
Yeah.
over an injury or be scared that he's 33. I don't really care. The way that he's dicing up these DBs still is just insane in the tape.
I tell my channel this all the time. If you don't want to have a player that could get injured on your fantasy team, then don't play fantasy football. Because it's a game that's physical. And we played pickup basketball last night. My leg still hurt. Okay.
It's
Oh
never
my
a good
God.
idea to
So-
play pickup basketball after you're 25. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's never a
As
good idea.
we were about a minute in. Me and one of the devs looked at each other. It was Austin. And I remember someone was about to pass Austin the ball. I was guarding him, and Austin was like, "No, don't pass it to me." And then I looked at him. He's like, "I'm gassed." I said, "Me too. Let's guard each other the entire time."
Wow, those guys are both playing lockdown defense right now. They're like, no one's
Oh
touching
my
the ball.
gosh, he's on him like white on rice.
Yeah.
Like, we were not
Oh,
leaving
God.
each other's side.
So look, I'll be honest. I like you guys a lot, but we just had a long day. I'm here for one reason. I'm trying to do some intel. So out of the board right now, which
know.
start do you guys like? What pick on the board do you guys like? Like, where are you looking right now? And you're like, that looks like a good team.
5 spot for sure.
5 spot for sure looks like a good team. I'm gonna be honest. For the 5 spot, I don't think it's one of the worst draft picks this year. You can check out my video from Monday if you want to see that. I don't think it's one of the worst spots this year. I think it's like average.
I've been telling half
but I
truths
don't-
and half lies throughout most of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm trying to do, but unfortunately, I'm only 50% of my team, and the other 50% is
Yeah.
incapable of telling a lie.
Yeah.
So that's out the window for our side. But Sal, I think that I really
Actually,
like
which
my
spot do you
team.
like? You like yours team right now?
I really like my team. I think my team's really good. I like the structure.
Like, let's just say you woke up, it's Saturday, this is the actual Flock League. Which team are you taking and you're drafting the rest of the way? Like, I'm
Oh,
going to
wow.
give you my honest thought, too.
I think I would probably take
Are you?
Yeah.
I-
From this board. Not where I'm at.
genuinely, I would take my team.
So you would take
I would take
your
the 8th.
team.
I would take the 8th slot.
Yeah, I like your team.
I think Montgomery doesn't normally fall this far.
Yeah.
I was really happy to be able to secure RB2 there. Normally that tier is
How would
is
you
gone.
feel if Montgomery wasn't there? Because I don't think he
So
typically falls that far.
what my plan would have been is I would have gone JMO and then probably reach on Jalen Warren at the 6'5" and be comfortable reaching there, having 3 wide receivers already, getting Jalen Warren as my RB2 instead of a Brian Thomas, instead of a Jordan Tyson.
Yeah.
I would be fine having that trade-off. I believe in Jalen Warren enough in that situation, but just a bonus for me to get
why don't we
Montgomery.
we
instead.
let the poll decide? Let's ask the people. I want people to
Through 5
nominate-
rounds.
I want you guys to nominate up to 4 teams. Okay. So if there's a team in
Okay.
particular that you really like today, tell us in the chat the teams that are commented the most by the eyeball test here. I am going to do a poll, and we're going to see which team ends up being the best here. So let's hear from you guys down below. Aselamo starts off 2 running backs, double cheeked up at the 111, then hits 4 wide receivers in a row. Don't hate that start at all.
That's a great start.
That's-
Strategy-wise.
yeah.
I mean, players, you can say whatever you want, but yeah, strategy-wise, that's solid. I like the
That's
start,
Pretty
too.
fun. Pretty fun. Lamar Jackson in the 6th round never feels good to let your league mates get Lamar Jackson in the 6th
Well,
round.
And
I
that's
was
the
gonna
Zay
say-
team.
I was going to say, I think the 12 team, if I woke up before that 6th-round pick, I would take, and even right there, I think I'm taking it.
And he has the
Yeah.
stack with Zay as well, which is
Yeah.
obviously a ton of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, whoever's drafting 12, I don't know if you're going to get Lamb to fall to 12, Jacobs to fall to the 3-12, Zay the 4-1, but I like that start.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
All right. What's the most common teams you guys are seeing here to put in the poll? What do you guys?
I'm seeing a lot of
the
12.
most?
I'm
I saw
seeing
11 before I said 12.
I'm seeing 9. I saw 9 a few times. I saw 5 a few times. 5, 11. It's looking like 12, 5, and 9 are locked for me, pretty much.
This is a pretty good little experiment because these guys are probably like pretty
3,
in touch
8,
with actual
3,
fantasy,
Yeah.
if they're your audience.
11. It's kind of all over the place for that 4th one.
Because I'm looking at this, if I had the ability to take an early pick this year, depending on where I finish in this video, the first 3 rounds are solid for those guys. I think they messed up their 4th and 5th round picks, both of them, the 1 and 2 spot.
Yeah.
So there's some wiggle room
What,
there.
what would you have done differently? If you want to give them advice.
So let's say
Yeah,
the
I'm
guy-
really curious,
Let's
actually.
say the guy who goes number 1 in this league, let's say he takes Gibbs. He goes Rice Pickens. I think that's a great start, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I'm not big on Henderson. I'm not big on Price, at least where they go there.
Yeah.
So, like in that 5th round, I would go McLaurin 5 over Price, even though he goes picks later.
I agree.
I'd even be tempted to go Mike Evans if McLaurin was gone, probably.
Okay.
But at that 4th round pick, I mean, I might just go 4 receivers in a row: McLaurin, Mike Evans, something along those lines.
All right.
Maybe,
Well,
or maybe I wouldn't.
we got a lot of votes for 11 and 12. I don't know if we use both of them or just one of them. We have some votes for 5.
So Sal is the only team of ours that anybody likes, apparently.
Yeah. We've got some votes for 7 as well.
The rest of us were all just.
I think it's just the same guy who wants the free blueprint. I think he's just
he's just spamming 5 over and over again, and I thought I saw it more than once.
just spamming 5.
Yeah.
Also, I'm seeing 10 is stacked as well. I'm seeing 10 a few times.
Is that you? Oh, no,
Jefferson,
you're-
Barkley, Devontae, Scadaboo, Evans, P-Wash. I like the Evans fall.
Yeah, the Evans fall is crazy. He's like a borderline top 40 player for me. Like he's a 3-4 turn guy.
Interesting. Are you concerned about the substation just slowly picking off all of the 49ers
the
one
clock,
by
by the
one?
way.
Yeah, I got it.
It's
Yeah,
fun
yeah.
to talk about, but no, I'm more concerned that Evans has had like hamstring issues for 5 straight years.
Yeah.
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 And he's 33, so yeah, that's why I took McLaurin over him.
Yeah, I have Terry ahead of him as well. I think him, Terry, Devontae are all they're kind of in a bucket, sort
Yeah.
of.
Yep.
They're all sort of the same bet, these older wide receivers.
Yep.
You're hoping for high touchdown seasons on what should be good offenses, or what we are hoping are good offenses.
I think the other thing working against Evans, like other than the age, the injury, is like this is a new team, and like a couple of guys have gone to new teams, like Devontae last year with the touchdowns, but that was also number 1 offense in the league.
Yeah.
Like he's going to a new team that does have some issues right now, injury wise. Like
Yep.
it might not click, or it might take till week 6 or 7 to click, and now your fantasy team is struggling, and then he's hurt, right?
And
So
he
there
had
are, like a lot of ways that fails.
He had the injury-riddled season last year, right? And at 33 years old, or almost 33 years old, there will be a point where Mike Evans is done,
Yeah.
and it literally could be this season. And
I
that's
feel that way for him and Adams.
100%.
Well, we heard reports like throughout the offseason that he thought he was going to quit. Like not
retire.
quit, but like retire,
And this is also a guy who had like almost a career low yards per out run last year, which is like the indicator of
Yeah.
you're falling a little bit.
But I still
So-
like him. I still like him for some reason. I still am okay to
Rome
draft
went
Mike Evans.
Jalen Warren there, which I'm really happy with that selection. Which I thought about him instead of Brian Thomas Jr., who I ended up going with.
Yeah. If you didn't take Brian Thomas, I would have.
Okay.
Yeah, look, if you don't have 3 running backs so far, then you're just not a good team. That's how I view it. If you've got 3 running backs through 5 rounds,
I think
then you're
2
doing
is
a really
good. I think
job.
2 is the nice sweet spot. I know.
Specifically, if you have
And Rome.
specifically
Rome
if you
has
have
3.
1 Brown, 1 Jet, 1 Raider. If
Well-
you guys go look at my strategy video this year, I say specifically through 5 rounds, if you can end up with 1 Jet, 1 Brown, 1 Raider, then you're doing
Well,
it
don't
right.
forget there.
That's where.
Well, and Zach, there are plenty of Cardinals that you can take at the 6'10" as well.
That's true.
So if you want to just fill
Unfortunately,
that,
as much as that might be a joke, it may also be reality. So let's see.
you might end up doing it. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I really like my team, honestly. Like, the construction is amazing. The only road bump I run into is Taylor and Henry having the same bye week, but like that.
Oh, that's a week.
That's week 13.
Problem.
I'll be in the
Figure that
playoffs
out.
by then. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
So yeah, I really like my team, and it seems like the chat is starting to come around to it too, which I like.
Love it. I put a poll in the chat. I asked who has the best start so far from team 11, 5, 7, and 12. And maybe we'll give the other spots a shot after one of these spots win. But right now it's
me.
looking like it's going to be the 12 spot here that wins.
I
But
just meant
you're on the clock
board.
here.
But yeah, so this is interesting. This is a spot that for me it's a quarterback tier. Like if Jordan Tyson doesn't pull his hamstring today, I'm probably slamming Tyson here. But round 6, no pause. Round 6. I mean, my best 3 available players are Daniels, Hurts, May, and then Tyson's in there. So I'm gonna do a little mini stack here and get Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
We talked earlier.
It's awesome.
I would like to wait till round 9, but now that I get Jaden Daniels in 6, I'm never taking another quarterback. Like I'm not even touching one until it's bye week this year. We get the little stack. My onesie position
Stack
there
is
done.
fun.
The stack is nice. But yeah, I mean, my other option, like I think there's a massive tier break for the other flex positions at this point. Like I think I'm going to get a very similar level player when it comes back around in round 7, whether that be the range of the Cortland Suttons, maybe DK Metcalf's gone by then, the Josh Downs of the world, like they're going to all be there.
Yeah. I like it. Daniels is been an interesting story today. I don't know if you heard about like the whole LSU stuff.
Who cares?
Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah. I've seen
Yeah,
it.
I mean, people are getting really mad about it. Like,
Yeah.
Can you
whatever,
give
bro.
me? So I only saw the initial report. Can you give me anything that matters
Sammy
for
might be able to
fantasy?
give
Or
us
anything matters for fantasy?
Oh, nothing matters for fantasy at all.
Then, yeah,
Literally,
I don't care. Yeah, I saw it,
literally
but-
all that happened was they let a player currently on the
I saw
team
it, yeah.
wear his number, and then his mom pretty much, who like runs all of his like business
I
stuff,
saw the
right?
quarterback show. Good show. Yeah.
Pulled his like NIL from them, so they're not allowed to use any of his name, image, likeness anymore. LSU isn't, which like is kind of wild to me because like they never won anything.
Yeah.
Like why should he be this like crazy LSU legend?
At the same time, like if someone wins a Heisman, don't you give them
Did
any
they
respect?
retire 9?
Is that a common thing? Do they retire?
That's a good question.
Yeah, is somebody wearing 9? Like Burrow, obviously. They retired 9?
I think it's retired. I don't think anyone's allowed to wear it. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
Yeah.
why he brought up the comparison. He said,
But
So
that's
there's
like
a
one of
good
the-
there's a good question in the chat. Tunsil for Daniels in the offense.
I am a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say I'm worried about that for a guy who was
Yeah.
gone all of last year with injuries. Yeah, I'm worried about
Yeah.
that for sure. But I mean,
As a
I'm worried
Washington
about that.
fan, it was definitely concerning to see him go down.
Yes.
You mentioned Jordan Tyson. I just simply cannot
You need a wide receiver.
rationalize.
Yeah.
I just can't rationalize another player here. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Like
That's how I was. If I don't go quarterback, that's how. That's
it's
where
just
you have to go.
there's not another player that I can point to and be like, oh, I'm excited about this wide receiver here. There's not a single name there on my rankings that I would be happy
My
with.
concern is
Running
this
backs
reminds
feel like
me
a big
of
reach there
JSN's
too.
rookie year where he loses the final month of his training camp, which
Yeah.
is so important for rookies. Chemistry, understanding the speed of the NFL. They always say it by like week 10, they're so tired because it's just drinking from a fire hose. He's a super talented player, but there is another guy ahead of him in the pecking order in Chris Olave. Trace Mack hit a field goal. I hope you're not lying to me, Adam. Thank you.
There you go.
Got another Trace Mack field
Cash.
We can eat this week. So that's my only concern is like if it actually takes a month, which they're going to be super cautious. Even if it's a minor hamstring tweak, that's
Yeah.
2 weeks. It's probably a month.
With his
Now,
history,
with his
specifically.
history, it's even like there's a chance that it's 6 to 8 if it's like an actual grade 2.
that's
Yeah.
why I like my draft.
So that's my concern. If you're a rookie and you're hopeful at this point for
100%.
week 1, you're missing so much time. And it just comes back to my whole point from earlier. We're at the point of the draft where it's okay to take these risks.
Yeah.
Like, I would say this 6th round is where I start to do it. But like if I could reduce the risk as much as possible through the first 5 or 6 rounds
Yep.
in my leagues, I want to do that. Now there's some leagues where you can't do that, but I want to do that as much as possible.
100%.
And taking a guy with a current hamstring, I mean, balls to you, but it's just scary to me.
I definitely get it. I think my highest ranked running back and receiver are going to be there at the 703 as well.
Yeah.
So I just feel like there's a lot of risk in taking the player, but we talked about this on last night's stream with Domain, but it really feels like the middle of the 6th round, it becomes absolute hell.
It's like
the middle of the 6th round is really like
Yeah.
a snap moment where everything changes in fantasy drafts. And,
Especially at that running back position.
Everything
genuinely
changes.
at that point, it's like a different draft entirely.
It's like a 30-player tier for me is what I talked about. Like it's literally like after you take Jordan Tyson, obviously with the injury, it's a whole different thing. It's the quarterbacks, but like I said, I always feel good about pushing it. And then it's just like this giant tier of like so many guys where like you can take, we were saying like you can take anybody in this range or like 20 like guys and it's like you can justify it.
Also, I will say that us drafting for the Flock League, we're always drafting earlier than the average person. This year,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. We're drafting like a month before the season begins.
It's a full month, yeah.
Think about how many injuries have happened in the past week.
Yep.
We have 4 weeks to go.
Well, the good thing is
And
camp,
they haven't
camp
even
will
played
end
games.
in 2 weeks. That's a good thing. But yeah.
They haven't even played like preseason games yet.
Because of us drafting so early, there's going to be an insane amount of trades that happen before the season even starts.
Well, it's also the content game. It has. If we drop the video 4 days before the season, it's not worth everybody flying here and
100%. Yeah. No, totally.
Exactly.
to get
100%.
no run
And
time.
a lot of people love watching it before
the
their
inside
draft as
baseball
well,
folks.
And
so.
and like for everybody making content, it gets even busier as we get to the last week of August,
it's
first
almost
week of
impossible.
September, and so like it's easy to.
And Luke Dunn, no, Sal's rankings are not on the Flock site. I know that you're new, but listen, if you do want Sal's rankings, just go to jointheblueprint.com, and that's where you can see all of Sal's rankings, his whole entire top 250, and it's really an incredible product, right? Like, I mean, listen, the guy has won 75% of his fantasy football leagues. He's just an absolute animal. He flew his dad out to Italy first class last year when he won the Flock League. The biggest. He flew out his parents, not just his dad, his parents.
His cousins too. Yeah.
Hey, it's Rome the host for a reason, man.
Oh, yeah, do this.
He's killing it.
I think that Pollard at the 7-2 is good.
That's like no.
Change the
There's
subject.
there is a run. Like,
Actually,
there's a few running backs in that
let,
range.
I was like, Sal, you want to come on the stream? He's like, yes, I'd love to, but with one.
Well, first he said, "How much are you gonna pay me?"
I said, I have no money. I have no money other than just being here.
After winning the
I
Flock
thought we were
League, it's
friends.
only charged appearances.
And then he said, okay, well, I will come on if you allow Rome to do an ad for me. It has
Every
to be
15
organic.
minutes.
Has to be organic, but
And we have to play it off like I don't want him to do that.
yeah.
I'm so nervous.
I'm on the clock here, and I would love to have a conversation
Yeah, I got
about
you
Stephon Diggs, because if you want to call Tyson a risky pick, I feel, and I could be wrong, I would love to hear everybody's opinions here. I feel like Diggs is the opposite of a risky pick, in the sense of there's a pretty safe floor there. I am someone who believed that Diggs was far better last year than most people were willing to give him credit for. Put up over 1,000 yards, was really efficient. Caught, I think he had like a top 3 catch rate in the entire NFL. And
he was top 5 in yards per run as well.
He was really, really good, really, really underrated. And now he goes to Washington, who, they add Chigakonkwo, but they lose Deebo Samuel. They lose Zach Ertz. And we hope that Terry McLaurin can stay healthy, right? But Stephon Diggs, if Laramie Tunsil is going to miss the entire year, which that's what it sounds like right now, how much time will Jaden Daniels actually have? That's a concern for me. I think the routes that Diggs will run will be more accessible at more times. And that's not to say that I prefer him over Terry. That's not what I'm saying. But I think he is very much he could give you exactly what he gave you last year.
Yeah.
Right? So somewhere in that 11 to 13 points per game range, a solid, safe flex is how I view him.
Sal, you let out a little bit of a whew when you saw Diggs come
didn't
off
like
the
the
board.
Diggs
What are
pick.
your thoughts there?
No, I liked it. I was hoping he would be there in like round 8. I have a regret now with the board the way it shook out. I thought all of Daniels, May, and Hurts would go by my next pick, so that's why I took Daniels.
Our leagues push
They
quarterbacks.
push quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really good to know because I think the Flock League's going to do it. Because now if I look
agree.
at this, I'd rather have Hurts in the 7th, and hell, maybe Drake May falls there since I don't take Daniels in that scenario.
Right.
And that's where I feel a little bit better about a Tyson or probably a Metcalf was on my board.
Yeah.
It's the 2v2s when you look
It's
at
the
them.
2v2s.
Yeah.
Like, I'd much rather have this team I have now, but instead of Daniels, Stevenson, I'm having Metcalf, Hurts. Now, maybe some people think differently, but I already have my 2 running backs, and I'm just like last year.
Yeah.
If I lose one of my top 3, my 2 running backs in the first 3 rounds, I lose one of them, I'll probably lose the league. That's fine. But if I don't, I'm going to be right there.
Yeah,
Like, that's just how I view it.
I guess actually, like that group of 4 does typically go in round 6. Now that I think about it,
Anything I've done, they do. But
Burrow,
it makes
Daniels,
sense that you
May.
guys push
Hurts is the one that
quarterbacks.
falls if anybody falls.
Yeah, so like to
but
the
always
7-2.
falls.
last night Daniels went at the 7-10. Remember?
That's
Oh,
crazy.
Or
okay.
709.
Okay, you're
Daniels
right, you're
fell
right.
a lot last night.
Like, I'll see Hurts at 7-2, maybe 7-3. 7-5 would have been pushing it, but I guess it would have happened.
I got him at like the 8-1 in one of our leagues.
Really?
People
Crazy.
really don't
Yeah.
believe in Jalen Hurts, man. They think he sucks.
Oh my God.
It's a big thing, and even like once Hurts is like in the 8th round, I'll snap him, snap him up. Sorry, our resident Eagles fan just came sliding into the room when he heard Jalen Hurts' name.
Which
Kind of
he-
scared me a little bit.
He actually
He's very
plays-
imposing.
He plays tight end. For
This
the
is
Eagles.
DeMontis Sabonis from
Yeah.
last night.
I think that's just another example of just push quarterback. Because, like, I got a good quarterback in a good spot, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, why'd I take that quarterback there?
We've talked about that all year, actually. Like
That's
every
really what I
time we
was
take a
saying.
quarterback that falls, we're like, "How did he fall here?"
And then
And
it's
then
like,
2 rounds
why?
later, you're like, "Why did I draft the
Wow.
quarterback?"
Like, I don't love Marvin Harrison, but why did I just not take
Yeah.
him? Yeah.
But there is a point where like Daniels could
If he stays healthy, he's
easily
a 20
win you
point
the
per
league.
game quarterback.
Easily,
Yeah.
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 It's
The last time he
hard
was
to-
healthy, he was averaging 30 points a game to end 2024. That's fucking
Yep.
insane.
And I remember I tried to trade Joe Burrow for Jaden Daniels with Avery in year 1 of the Flock League. It didn't matter. Like they were both awesome to end the season. But
So Rome went J.K. Dobbins as his RB4 there.
Would you like to say any words here, Rom?
Do you have any thoughts on your pick there?
Just a super dry area of
Yeah,
of
exactly.
picks.
100%.
So it was kind of like, do I go a dry running back or a dry wide receiver? And I mean, J.K. Dobbins, he showed when healthy last year. He's clearly who they have faith in. They brought him back, gave him a huge contract. They clearly want him. They're not worried about the injury. I just think that if he is going to end up being the RB1 and RJ Harvey is going to kind of take a little bit of a slight step back when it comes to their roles overall, I think that in the 7th round, J.K. Dobbins is a great dart throw to just, I mean, he's my RB4, so it's not like I got to throw him in my starting lineup.
100%. Yeah,
But-
you're not relying on him a ton.
I saw a great comment come up on the screen. Great comment. It said, "Does Rome know wide receivers exist in this league?" I don't know if you wanted to answer that because I'm looking at the whole board. For some reason, I have not noticed that you only have 2 wide receivers through this part in the draft. Do you have any comments?
You only need to start 2 wide receivers, so
There you go.
Sounds like the Sal Vetri strategy from 2025.
That's true, actually. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have many wide receivers.
That's true.
Well, you
only
kind of
have 2 running
slammed them
backs,
after
yeah.
going running back, tight end. Yeah.
So it's kind of a thing where like I'm really confident in my running back room at this point, and I'm probably not going to take a running back the rest of the draft. But I'm also not forced to draft a super crappy running back in the like 10 plus rounds that a lot of people are going to feel like they have to.
you feel very solid, and then you can kind of just take stabs on some guys late at wide receiver and hope you find something that sticks.
Because in my head, right, I have Devontae Adams and Chris Olave. If they put up 75% of what they did last year, I'm fine with them being my starting 2 wide receivers, right? And then at this point, I can just take dart throws at wide receiver because I already have Josh Allen, massive quarterback value in my opinion. So I love this team from the 7th spot. Like I said, I feel like the 7th spot is a really, really good spot in the draft just because you can find a lot of value there. Like Devontae Adams falling to me was insane. Josh Allen falling to me was insane. Chris Olave falling to me was insane too. Like I got Chris Olave, the most recent receiver before him was George Pickens at the 2-3 turn. So I don't know. I feel like it's just a lot of value on my team in those 3 rounds, Olave, Allen, and Adams. So I love it.
Yeah.
So Hurts goes at the 7-10 here.
Yeah, it feels terrible now. I mean, this is good. I'm very happy we're doing this stream now because if I happen to land the 5 pick in this flock league, which I hopefully don't have to, I probably would have done that same thing, gone Daniels at a 6-8. But yeah, this is a good reminder. I'm not touching a quarterback till around 10.
And this is the thing, like, because I've
But we're
you're
going to
o-
have to blink. People are going to have to blink in the flock
at
league.
some
though.
point you got to take him, you know. And I've been grappling with like, okay, where actually would I do it? Like, how far? Because I do
Yeah, but,
think
like,
that everybody's going to push it.
If
Where would I
everybody's
actually
pushing
take
it,
Daniels?
Mahomes will go undrafted.
That's exactly.
Yeah, he's
100%.
gonna go
Even if
undrafted
Daniels,
in our league, or
even if
round
Daniels
13.
falls to the 7-8 turn,
Yeah, Mahomes will be a round 12 pick.
Trevor Lawrence is going to be
I
around
mean, that's
12
what
pick.
Avery did
Justin
year
Herbert.
1. Avery took Caleb Williams, I think. Well, not Caleb Williams. No, I think it was Caleb Williams, like round 14, and he won the league. I mean, that's not the reason he won it.
He
but-
ended up just streaming quarterback.
and he
and it
knew
was
everybody
fine.
else had one, and he was just like, "Oh, I'll just take Caleb."
You don't
Williams."
like, that's in a situation where, like, even last year, quarterback wasn't as deep as it is this year. in
Yeah,
my
I took
opinion.
Purdy round 10 last, maybe round
I took
9.
Justin Fields in
And
round
those are the 2
9.
league winners.
By the end of the year, I was playing Jackson Dart and Jacoby Brissett.
The one
like,
thing-
the
yeah.
season just goes in a way that you don't think it's going to all the time.
Oh yeah, I picked up Herbert the 3rd week, and
Yeah.
he was my quarterback for 9 straight
Yeah.
weeks. And it worked, and it
Matthew Stafford outscored Josh Allen in
6
6-point
point.
passing touchdown league.
Didn't
last
get
year.
drafted.
I saw that.
Didn't get drafted. So,
Second
like,
half of the
yeah.
season, Trevor Lawrence and Stafford, and I think there was 3 other quarterbacks within 1 point of Allen
Yeah.
in the second half of the season.
Problem
you don't think
is,
about those things after, when you see the total.
No. Problem is Stafford is 40 years old.
Yeah, the other thing I want to say, not to go back to a thought, but Rome's 2 wide receiver starts so
Yeah.
far. My only concern there, and it feels like this isn't an issue because, you get the Michael Wilson breakout last year. You never find reliable wide receivers on the waiver wire.
Sure.
Like, people remember the Puka 3 years ago, the 1 in a billion, and then you get the Michael Wilson for like a 4-week run last year. But you just never, in these type of leagues where there's nothing out there, like, you're going to find a Jaden Blue who pops up because Javante's hurt, and now that guy's a 14-point per week guy. You're probably not finding fills. Like, if you lose a guy, you're done at wide receiver. Like, you're just not finding,
Feels that way.
the 5th string wide receiver is not coming in for a team and doing anything.
I tend to agree with you. QJ, who I took at the 7-8 here, he was one of those waiver wire guys at the beginning of last year.
Yep.
But it didn't last at all.
Didn't last.
Right? Like,
He
kind
was
of fell
drafted.
off. He was not drafted in the flock league. Avery picked him up after week 1.
Yeah.
Quentin Johnson wasn't drafted last year in the flock
Correct.
league?
He was not.
I don't think so.
Quentin Johnson was
be
not
wrong.
drafted in the flock
Can
league
someone
last year.
confirm that?
I think I can confirm it for you right
Because
now.
I remember Mason talked about Quentin Johnson all offseason last year.
The day of the draft.
If you told me to put money on it right now, I would say that he was drafted only because, like, the day of the draft, like, he got hurt.
Yeah,
he
he
got
did.
like pulled off a
Oh.
preseason game limping, and somebody was like, "Oh no, maybe it was Mason being like, oh no, I drafted so much of him, so maybe he didn't get drafted." I just remember somebody being so upset,
okay.
but it was probably Mason because he had exposure.
Quentin Quentin Johnston went undrafted in last year's
Crazy.
Flock League.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's shocking.
And I remember the day of the draft, Mason was all stressed out, and he had
Because of
obviously
that.
he had been taking a ton of Quentin Johnston on underdog.
That was the year that was that the same year the proposal photo? Or was it the year
Yes,
before?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That was last year. And
Which is
then,
wild.
and then we broke the news to him that Quentin Johnston had left a preseason game with an injury, and like he just
Yeah,
went
so
white
that's- I remember somebody being
because
so
he had
upset
like
about it, yeah.
25% of him on underdog or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, and he went
Okay.
undrafted.
We get. I'd like to hear Sal's opinion on this. Like, there's a range we talked about where every pick kind of feels gross. That's kind of the middle of the sixth round.
We're there.
onwards. But
We're there.
at the same time, like taking 2 tight ends just never feels like a smart strategy. What do you think about this start here?
No, the 2 tight end, I don't want that at all. No. Like I mean, this one doesn't look terrible with the
Yeah.
names that he gets where he gets them. Like you're getting them at value or maybe a little bit better, but
Yeah.
I do not want to do
If this range is so gross, if Tucker Kraft is like
Yeah, that's the.
if he's the man and you're like flexing him, or he ends up
Right.
being, I do think that you can that YTNYT here is more capable of trading this tight end to than
yeah.
Yep.
than a
is,
quarterback to, like
I
we
can't
talked
remember
about.
a single moment since I've played fantasy football where I've seen someone successfully flex 2 tight ends.
Yeah, and my issue is like Warren, I would be all in on. I'm not like the biggest on onesie positions this year versus last, but
Yeah.
Warren, like if for his roster, yeah, I'm all in on. In my opinion, he's a top 2 target in that offense.
Yeah.
When I get down to Kraft, I mean, yeah, sure, last year he was that for like. I mean, people forget they think he was great because he was. I mean, this is coming from a guy who likes the Packers. It was like the first 6 weeks of the season. He
Yeah.
had a couple of touchdowns, propped it up. He had the one big game. Which
A lot
was
of
great.
yak.
Yeah, he gets hurt in the one big game. He's still a great player, but now he's coming off of a torn ACL, and I don't know if he's a top 2 pass catcher in his offense. On paper, it looks like that, but I think Christian Watson's legit. I think Jaden Reed's legit, and we'll see what happens with Matthew Golden. So there's a little bit more risk there for me to be like, yeah, that guy is better than Michael Wilson, who goes after him, than a couple of these, Josh Downs, who's now going after him in this draft. Those types of names.
By the way, this is the latest Jonathan Brooks has gone in our drafts in quite some time. It was interesting to see both Chuba and Brooks go back to back here. We know that, yeah, I mean, I assume nobody's going to get Brooks in the Flock League outside of your team. I don't see how he lands on anyone
No, I
else's
wouldn't say
team.
that. I wouldn't say that. There's plenty of people that like him, and I'm not really one of them. So it would have to be like Danny and I are sort of going to approach this from a consensus point of view. He obviously loves Jonathan Brooks. I like him decently. So there is a chance he ends up on our team, but I do think that there's a lot of situations in which that's not a pick we end up making. Because me personally, I said yesterday, I can't move him ahead of Chuba until I actually hear Dave Canales say Jonathan Brooks is the one.
Even with the injury?
Even with the injury, if I don't hear Chuba Hubbard, they have given a contract to this regime. They trust him. He has a 16-point per game season under his belt in this regime with this coaching staff. So even with him being sidelined for a little bit, I'm not worried about Chuba like getting up to speed. I'm not worried about him, in this offense, how he can function. So unless I hear Jonathan Brooks is our guy, he is the one. Chuba will be the 1B or however they frame it. Until I hear that, Chuba stays ahead of him for me.
That's fair. So, what do you guys think the consensus is overall on Brooks? Like, in fantasy Twitterverse, I think people love him. What do you think about the Flock League? Do you think people in this league like him?
I think Brooks goes ahead of Chuba because Chuba is a disgusting pick to
But
make.
not like a 6th-round pick.
He is. He really like it's so Chuba Hubbard is so unexciting that I do think Brooks goes ahead of him in the Flock League.
He's an eat your vegetables pick, as we've
But
heard
the
before.
vegetables might suck.
The vegetables might
You know what I
be-
mean?
Yeah.
It might be like overcooked Brussels sprouts.
It could be. Could be like Bush is cooking up a chicken.
It could be like Bush's hibachi from last
in
night.
the kitchen here. Okay, so we get you take Jordan Mason. Laporta comes off the board to Rome.
So I still have 2 wide receivers through 8 rounds.
Yeah, Rome is riding dirty here.
And this is a risky thing, but this is one of those situations where Sam Laporta falls all the way to the 8th round on projected to be potentially one of the top 3 offenses pretty easily this year in the league. We've seen when Sam Laporta's on the field, J-Mo disappears fantasy-wise. Like, Sam Laporta is that second option in the receiving game.
Yep.
So if I can get maybe third behind Gibbs, but he's their second wide out essentially that's out there catching balls. I think he's over J-Mo when it comes to like where Jared Goff is going to be looking and things like that. So I feel like I feel like letting him fall here is great because at this point, I can actually go wide receiver probably the next 6 rounds straight and just hope that one of them ends up popping off
Okay. Yeah.
to be able to, to fill in.
I think that's a bit of a hot take saying that Laporta would be like directly ahead of JMO in the pecking
I think
order.
it's just the way that JMO falls off in games that Laporta plays, especially last year. Like, JMO went off once Laporta got hurt. But before that, Laporta was still putting up very solid numbers. JMO wasn't doing very solid. He was very iffy. He was losing people weeks. That's just the JMO experience. I forgot who in the Flock League had him last year, but they experienced JMO not scoring enough points
I
one
traded
week for
him
them.
before the head coach said, actually, we need to use that player. Actually.
Yeah, so I think it was just the Laporta injury, but all indications from camp are saying Laporta is going to be 100% healthy coming into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that there are a lot of dart throws in the later rounds at wide receiver that one or two of them are going to end up popping off. So we'll see if I can pick up a few of them here.
Bold words here.
I like this. I like this comment from Richard Zach. I like it, Rome. Just bullshit this draft to throw them off for the real draft.
That's hilarious.
Spending $50 on this draft, all right?
Sal, Sal, you're a professional fantasy analyst and still going with the homer picks. Jaden Reed at the.
I took
at
him
the
last
8-8.
year, I think, in the 8th round too. Back-to-back years in this thing.
It'll work this year, though.
Yeah, it was between Reed and Addison for me at this point, and they're so similar. Number 2s in their offense with, I would say, quality number 3s. But I just trust Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, and the Packers ecosystem a little bit more.
Sure.
I like Jaden Reed. I personally think, and just based on what like the tea leaves in camp, I think they're going to throw the ball a lot more this year. That's not even to factor in Jacobs' injury, all field stuff. Can Marshawn Lloyd hold up for a couple of real life games? I think they're going to throw the ball a lot more based on the things Jordan Love is saying. He seemed the most excited he's ever seemed in like interviews in training camp, like giddy about it. And based on the things that the wide receivers are saying. So, yeah, I think Matt LaFleur has something to prove this year after last year.
Are you worried about like the slot stuff? Him being a 60% route share guy if they take him off the field in 11 or in 12. Sorry.
Yeah, I think in round 8 or 9 that's fine. Like
Okay.
I'm expecting that, and I'm expecting them to run a lot of 11 personnel this year, and I'm also expecting him to play in 2 wide receiver sets, probably a little bit more than usual. Romeo Doubs was the best wide receiver on this team the last 4 years. Like since he was a rookie in a 4th round pick. When he came in the door, he was that summer, all the hype, and he has remained the best wide receiver up until this offseason when he left. He never left the field, and when Christian Watson was healthy, he was on the field, and they like Wicks enough to rotate. They don't like Savion Williams like that. He's not even that type of player. And then they have Sky Moore as a depth body, and that's basically it. Bo Melton was a defensive back, and he's on their depth chart. So, yeah, I think you're going to see Jaden Reed potentially being in a lot more 2 wide receiver sets.
I'm going to draft Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt.
Good
here.
pick.
It was between him and Kenny Gainwell.
Good pick.
But I'm going to draft him here.
Look, Zach, we both like Rashad White, but
both
2
of
rounds
these
of
guys.
difference.
Yeah.
I don't think these guys should be going 2 rounds apart.
It's just a backfield that I'm in on at costs regardless, really.
I'll say I probably wouldn't ever be in a position where I need to draft JCM, but if I was and I felt like, yeah, this is my RB3, there is a legitimate chance that JCM could end up being worth a 4th round pick at the end of the season. Like if we're looking back on it, he could easily
100%.
take things over there in Washington in the backfield and kind of run the show. So, but it's just that last year it looked really iffy in that committee, so it's kind of hard to bank on that potential.
Yeah.
But
You would need the Washington offense to be like Jaden's rookie year, in terms of scoring points for him to pay that off. Yeah. We kind of talked about this last night. They've been really, the drumbeat has been loud that they want him to get better at pass protection.
Yeah.
They want him to get better at catching the ball out of the backfield so that they aren't tipping their hand when Rashad White's out there versus when JCM is on the field in terms of run pass. So they like the guy. I've been really in on Katron Allen as a late round pick. If we don't start to hear anything, I'm gonna, Katron's gonna be,
call it a
becoming
day.
undraftable.
Yeah.
Bill is going to be a guy who we start to prioritize, I think.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams.
By
in
the way,
ninth.
the clock will go to 30 seconds in the 10th round. Okay. Just because
Gonna try and speed it up.
Once certain players start coming off the board, we can't be spending a minute and a half, talking about the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th round picks. But Caleb Williams, yes, great pick in this format, falls to the 9th round. We also get Dak Prescott falling to the 9th round, which this is probably going to happen in the Flock League. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, the more and more rounds we go, like I just took Jacoby Myers round 9. I think it's fine. Like I don't have any issue with Jacoby Myers in round 9.
yeah.
But I just keep thinking, I could still wait, but I could have Patrick Mahomes, Brock Purdy,
Yeah.
and then have DK Metcalf up higher.
Yeah.
The number 1 on his team when I was about to consider Michael Pittman the number 2 on the team there.
Do you like Metcalf over Pittman then?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You don't?
Well, I think it's not a consensus this year.
Oh, really?
Between the two. Yeah.
What is their ADPs?
On Land League, I can tell you.
Yeah. I'll pull
these
up-
competitive drafts.
I'll pull up real time, too.
We get Metcalf anywhere from like late 6th to the 8th. He's currently the 802 on average. And Pittman is currently the 805. So they're like 4 picks apart.
You
And
guys
in
are way
tonight-
sharper because like Fantasy Pros real time, it's like a 30-pick difference.
Yeah.
And in tonight's draft, 3 rounds apart almost, and I'm going to take Michael Pittman
Oh,
at
wow,
the
I
9-8.
didn't
I have
we were talking about him. He wasn't off the board yet.
I have Michael Pittman ahead of DK Metcalf in my
crazy.
rankings. I genuinely think this here, them 3 rounds apart, could be the most mispriced situation on the entire board. I really do. Like, Pittman is a my guy of mine.
Really? For the sure?
Yeah. I just think that he's been really good when he's had to play with anybody besides Anthony Richardson over the past several years in Indianapolis. He's a guy that has
most people
most people
have
would
been
be
pretty good,
right?
except for playing with Anthony Richardson.
If you like look at the sample of games without Anthony Richardson starting, even with the Phillip Rivers stuff, he is like a 14 point per game scorer over the past 3 years. And I think that his skill set fits perfectly with what Aaron Rodgers wants to do. Get the ball out fast, close to the line of scrimmage, this sort of timing, get open guy close to the line of scrimmage, as opposed to DK Metcalf, who we saw last year. It's kind of like these big plays and touchdowns, or it's bust.
Yeah.
Because DK Metcalf isn't really the finesse wide receiver that I think Aaron Rodgers has worked so well with in the past. He's just sort of big, strong, I'm going to run past you.
By the way, we just got
Whoa.
Cyrus Allen in the 9th round.
Cyrus Allen, the hype train is real. Cyrus Allen in the 9th
One
round.
of us, right?
No, but do you have any thoughts on that? Because the
do you
hype
think, Sal?
is
I'm
definitely.
going to be completely honest. I spend like an hour, or maybe not an hour, like a half hour each day and like look over all the previous days training camp stuff.
Yeah.
To me, Cyrus Allen gets as much hype, and I'm like going through all these like aggregators, looking through like the stuff that matters. He gets as much hype as like a bunch of other receivers. Nothing stands out to me, but for some reason he's like jailbroken this. Like fantasy Twitter specifically, like Jacoby Lane's kind of in that bucket. Jacoby Lane gets more hype, like credible hype, I would say, like coaches saying stuff. So I don't get it. I guess like the Patrick Mahomes seal of approval.
I think that's what it is. It's the Patrick Mahomes effect.
And obviously the thin depth chart. But there's still 3 proven guys on that roster.
Well, yeah, it's the Rice worries, right, with the injury and stuff, and then
Same
it's the
thing for
Worthy
Xavier
stuff.
Worthy, yeah.
Exactly, and I think that people just want something to dream on in August.
And
you know what I mean?
That's literally just maybe it's like playing it safe. I feel like it's the opposite, but it's just the 9th round for that feels like 95 times out of 100 you're taking the L, and that just doesn't. I mean,
There's
it's
also-
round 9. Take your upside shots, but that just feels.
I
not
remember
realistic.
Justin Ross. I don't know if you remember
Yes.
Justin Ross.
Yes.
Richie James.
Richie James. Yes.
I remember on my Dynasty channel, there were about 20 people per stream who would come on and tell me
You gotta
that
get
Justin
this guy.
Ross is about to be the next Justin Jefferson.
I up?
We're about to go to 30 seconds on the
okay.
clock here. Yeah. Jonah's going to change it to 30 seconds there, but who knows? I mean, Cyrus Allen, it would be silly of us to assume that, we know exactly what's going to happen, but history does say he's probably not going to be a very important fantasy player straight away.
For context, he's my 203rd overall player. So
Okay.
where did he go in this draft roughly then? You're through,
End
10
of
rounds.
the 9th
120?
round.
Is that like
9
a-
rounds would be what? 9 rounds would be
108?
108. Yeah. So
Okay, so about another 100 picks.
another 100 picks, and then you would take him.
Yeah, roughly.
I think that like a last round flyer at this point is
Yeah.
probably fine. There was no need. Zach, I don't know if how Land Leagues is set up, whether whether you have to input the players or it automatically pulls them from sleeper. But when you search him up, he doesn't appear.
Yeah, no.
So has he been drafted yet?
He's the first time he's been drafted.
First time he's been drafted in a Land League this offseason.
Here's what I'm gonna say,
And it's in the ninth round.
YT and YT. I hope I didn't just say something bad. I think that he is.
I did it earlier, and they loved it. They thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
He is a great guy, and that he's giving us good content right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's 8 p.m. We
Shout
all
out to
just
him.
want to go get some cocktails, and he's like, "You guys talk about Cyrus
need-
Allen.
you
in the
need
ninth
something to
round
talk
of this
about,
fantasy draft
exactly.
right now. I see
Exactly.
you guys slowing down.
I'm
Why
going
don't
to
you talk
make
about
you
Cyrus
talk
Allen?
about Cyrus a little bit.
We,
here.
by the way, Jonah, if you're listening, we still need that clock down to 30 seconds.
Yes. And while we
I think Rome had a thought on this.
just quickly
Yeah.
before we go to Rome, just quickly, guys, I am doing a giveaway. I forgot to kind of tell you guys a lot about it tonight, but if you want to win a season pass with the code LAND, a membership with me, all you have to do is like the stream and type our code word, which the code word tonight is Sal or Champ, which they are one and the same. So either will work, actually, except only Champ will work. So
And shout out Dynasty Domain with the comment. They said Sal is the worst fantasy analyst on the planet.
Yes.
It's an interesting take.
It's a popular
and,
take.
You know, the only way you can really know if Sal is the worst fantasy analyst on the planet
Is
is
by
by seeing
getting the
his
blue-
rankings, which are available at jointheblueprint.com. Okay, he has won 75% of his home leagues last year. He flew his parents out to Rome, Italy, which is awesome. And man, like he's the champ. He's the champ. What
That's
more
awesome.
can we say? Went to Florence and Venice. Oh, multiple places, multiple hotels.
business class, business class,
Rome,
business
stop.
class,
Come
business
on.
class.
Come on.
Stop.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's hilarious. Where is everybody else in the other house?
They're watching the preseason games.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's probably
so
what
much
I would
quieter tonight. We need
It is
preseason every
unbelievable
night.
that Trey Smack
Last
did what
night
he
we were
did.
streaming from PF Chang's,
do. Yes,
and tonight it's the local library.
but honestly, it was pretty fun.
It was a good time.
How many people are concurrent right now?
I think we're at like 700 or
Oh
something.
my God, that many people have been watching this?
It was.
Sal, that's a low
it's
for the
been like-
past few nights.
It's been up to 1,100. It's been 9. It's been
In
8,
this stream, there was 1,100
700.
at one point.
Yeah.
Holy nice job, dude. Holy shit. Congrats.
Well,
No, that's like actually crazy.
Did you see this from last night, by the way?
This is Adam Silver with a beard, looking exactly
So
like Zach.
we did
Well,
this last night.
To be fair,
towards
he
the
looks
end.
like a little thinner head alien. You don't look like that, man.
Yeah. Well, I think he looks good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you look great.
I'll-
You look like,
We
you
did
know what I
this
saw today
comparison.
when you were sitting there filming?
Yeah.
If Neil Brennan went bald. You know
Neil
who Neil
Brennan?
Brennan is? He's
No.
the co-creator of The Chappelle Show. He's a comedian. In my opinion, he's one of the best comedians that doesn't get the credit. He's an unbelievable storyteller. Neil Brennan, if he went bald, you look a lot like him.
okay. So you're saying I'm brilliant.
He just has similar
You know.
facial hair. Maybe not the younger photo, but like to the left. If he
This guy
went-
looks like he would murder people.
Well, he has a lot of psychological issues. It took him like 10 years, and he had to do like ketamine drips and shit.
Perfect.
But in that first photo,
Exactly like Zach.
I guess I'm on the clock next. I should pay attention. In that first photo on the left, if he shaved his head and took the glasses off, I think he looks like you.
You could have told me this was a crack dealer. I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense.
If Neil
You're like,
Brennan-
you know what? Today when we had a professional studio and you were looking at your absolute best, you looked like that crack dealer.
Patrick Mahomes is still. Can we get it off of this? Can we talk? Patrick Mahomes is still on the board. Yeah, I am not taking a quarterback in this flock league at all. Hold on, wait. I'm about to pick, and then I'll let you talk about Romeo Dot. Oh, that was gonna be my guy, Casey Concepcion. Not sniped because he should have been gone, but
Yeah,
gone.
he typically doesn't go this late for our drafts, so that's
What
a
do I
good
got?
value.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 receivers right now.
That might have been a mistake by me. I didn't realize. I forgot I had Brian Thomas when I took Travis Hunter. I might have gone Casey instead.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Yeah, I didn't know he was there. Shit.
Someone said, if
just
someone
gonna-
told me I looked like Neil Brennan, I'm throwing hands. What did Tommy tell me I looked like in the Flock League video? Who was it?
I don't remember.
There was a actor. He said that I was like action.
Oh, the old guy?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, it was. Oh gosh, what was his name?
Crazy.
Anyway, no one gives me young people anymore. Which
What
So,
is
yeah,
his
that makes
name?
sense.
He's
That makes sense.
He's in a bunch of stuff, and I'm blanking. I'm gonna find the video.
Jonah, I'm not sure if you are here, but we are going down to a 30-second timer.
we're at the back of the 10th round. Jonas still hasn't lowered the clock.
I'm on the clock, and then I'll tell him. I can't believe Xavier Worthy's available. That's ridiculous from you guys.
We gotta stop doing this.
Absolutely ridiculous that
We
you
gotta
guys
stop-
are
we
letting
have to
Xavier
stop- we
Worthy
have to
fall
stop.
this
Well,
far.
realistically, I just want to talk about my last 2 picks real quick while you make yours. So as we know, I went 2 wide receivers through the first 8 rounds, so I kind of have to go wide receiver the rest of the way. And I got Wan'Dale Robinson, who clearly was wanted by the Titans, right? He is, in my opinion, going to be the first option. I know people are high on Carnell Tate. I truly think with the coaching staff, they have more faith in Wan'Dale Robinson than a rookie. They have more faith in the guy they brought in and paid, who they've already worked with. I forgot who on the Titans has already worked with him.
Offensive coordinator Brian
Offensive
Daboll.
coordinator, yeah, Brian Daboll, yeah. So he loves him. So taking Wan'Dale Robinson in the 9th round as my wide receiver 3, and then Romeo Doubs as well, who clearly got paid, another wide receiver that got paid, going to the Patriots, in my opinion, going to be Drake May's wide receiver 2. So when Antonio Brown has his little meltdown this year about not getting the ball thrown to him, guess who's going to be sitting here getting all the touches?
AJ Brown, but that's an interesting.
Brown,
it's an
sorry.
interesting Freudian
Yeah.
slip because we do have the similar diva qualities between those two guys.
Yeah.
I'd like to update the chat that Trace Mack just made a 58-yard field goal.
And I think that means
Career
that
on.
Sal is now going to Italy again in a few weeks.
It depends on what some of the other guys do.
Sal,
I'm betting heavily on preseason.
I literally 10 minutes.
It's the sharpest thing.
10 minutes before Davis Matek made a bet on preseason, and we were doing a photo shoot today.
By the way, you got to stop doing this.
What is it?
Matic.
Okay, I apologize.
He's
But I
also-
do think Matek is a way cooler. The Matek.
Tell him
Matek is
I
kind of
think it's a
cool.
way
Can we
cooler
talk to him
last
about
name.
changing it then?
We should
He's
talk to him.
He's right over there. I think he's not totally sold on the name. So we might be. He
might not be-
It
able to
hasn't been in
change-
his family for
Yeah,
generations.
we might be able to change his mind on this one.
This is also funny because Zach also for the first month of the audition process for the Flock League, anytime Zufa would come up, he would say Zufu.
Zufu.
And I kept on having to, I was like, Zach, it's Zufa.
I'm a branding guy, all right? Zufu's a way better branded than Zufa. I'm just going to say.
How's Patrick Mahomes still available? What's happening?
Patrick Mahomes isn't even the best quarterback on the board, brother.
I would agree with that. Yes, I would agree with that. Herbert's still available or no?
Yes.
What the fuck is happening?
See, Sal, this is what happens. This is drafts. This is what it is. I wanted to
I've
ask
done
you.
plenty of drafts, but they're either best ball people, which is
Yeah.
a little bit different for stacking.
100%.
Or they are not $50 buy-ins with people who actually care a lot.
So have you done a lot? Have you done any actual, obviously home leagues are not for another few weeks.
It's mostly
probably.
best ball, and then it's mock drafts.
Yeah. So that's what I think the domain guys have done this as well, where they used to do a bunch of mock drafts and now they're just doing real drafts every night because people just don't care in the mocks.
Great.
And I
So
think we're getting
how
so much
simple
better
is it?
intel.
So it's super simple to get this safe league stuff set up or whatever.
Yeah.
League
And
Safe
now
is pretty.
Sleeper just
Yeah,
introduced
exactly.
something
Talking
called
about it
Sleeper.
Oh, I haven't
Safe.
tried
I mean,
it
that's
yet.
the way to do it then. If 10 people or 8 people put $50 in.
Yeah,
within
we
2
got
minutes, yeah.
3 commissioners
Like, if
for,
people are
for me
serious about
who
this.
run the leagues for us are awesome.
That's the way to do this because this is the best possible thing you could do to prepare for a big draft.
Right?
100%.
And that's why we put the ADP all on landleagues.com/ADP, which a lot of people use for their drafts as well, because it's actual competitive drafts ADP rather than just looking at whatever Sleeper has, which is nonsense.
That's your separate site.
It's just like a site where I host the leagues at.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you can sign up
This
to
is it
be a
right
part
here.
of a league,
Yeah.
for example. We've got all the leagues that are upcoming, ADP from the different drafts that we've done. I went Debo in the 10th, came back around, took Denzel Boston in the 11th. I am a huge Concepcion guy, but man, the Boston love will not stop
Yeah, I have
in
a take on
Cleveland
this.
right now.
Yeah, I have a take on this. I think now's the time better than ever. If you're paying attention to Twitter streets and you think, and it is moving the market clearly.
I have breaking news. Fernando Mendoza threw a touchdown pass to Jack Besh.
Ooh, okay.
That
that's
is actually
interesting.
huge.
That's-
Jack-
how many
You
passing
actually have
yards-
no
how many
idea
passing
how
yards does
huge that
Mendoza
is
have
to
so
me.
far?
Can I please watch this?
This was like a 5-yard.
I'm
touchdown.
begging you to let me
Yeah, I
watch
got
this.
you.
I'm sorry, Sal, but this is.
I'm on the
you have no
clock
idea
with
how,
7 seconds
You
left.
don't
What
know-
are we talking about?
Oh my God! Sal gets auto-picked Justin Herbert in the 11th round. Of
Did I
the
really?
draft.
Oh my god!
just said, is Justin Herbert available?
You
Well,
guys
there you
fucked
go.
me. You guys fucked me.
You gotta bring down the champ somehow. 75%.
God damn it. That's not what I wanted at all.
You
How do I
have
get
no
off auto pick?
idea
Was it a good route?
how much watching Jack Besh catch a touchdown is giving me life.
Oh my
I need to
God,
watch
I
it
just got
again. I
fucked.
need to watch it again.
That should have been Dallas Goddard.
Oh my gosh.
You'll get Dallas Goddard in the next round. And
Well,
Sal,
I
if
don't
you
want two
get him,
quarterbacks.
You can take K. Dotton in the last round. Plays the Bengals week 1.
I'll trade you my 14th round pick.
I'm so upset now. But my team that I was going to be so helpful with was Denzel Boston. It's
Yeah.
the same report. It's the exact same report that just keeps getting recycled.
Is it
The
same,
hype
same
is
thing?
not hype. It is the same exact report.
Same
from
report
a beat
by
writer who
different
writes
people.
for 2 to 3 different
Yeah.
news reports. And he's a contested catch guy who's going to stand out over the slot wide receiver, even though he's like they're both standing out. But he's a contested catch guy. He's going to stand out over the crafty route runner in training camp footage. But anyways, I'm now very upset with this draft after Justin Herbert. Unbelievable that if Herbert's my pick in the 11th round, that's
You should try and
insane.
trade Jaden
I
Daniels
should
then.
try and trade Jaden Daniels for, let's see, maybe Stephon Diggs.
See? I was going to say.
Quarterback yet? Sammy doesn't
true.
have a quarterback, so you might be able to trade
I doubt
him.
it. I doubt
But looking at this and how the board is shaking out, I already have Josh Allen. I don't have any of his receivers, so I will take Josh Allen's wide receiver too.
That's fun.
In the 11th round, I will I don't know. I feel like I'm loving my draft right now. Starting 2 wide receivers in the first 8 rounds, I don't even feel like this is an awful team. Like it's not ideal, but it's not awful.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
This guy's just roster baiting over here.
That's how you do it, man.
The thing is, like, I'll be honest.
Get away
I
from me
haven't,
with that.
I haven't taken anything anybody has said in any of these streams seriously.
I can't.
I haven't.
I was
Because
thinking
in terms of
about
the people that
in
you're
terms of the
drafting with,
people and what they're saying. because I
everything
don't
I've said
trust
so far has
anybody.
been so true.
Yeah.
I
don't
was
trust
thinking about
anybody.
going to Danny after this, and he's been watching obviously, but just saying like, hey man, Rome like loves running backs. Like Rome is really big on running backs early. He wants to get, and I have a sneaky feeling because Rome experienced game player, obviously, right? Being on Survivor, he's not a fish like I was coming into the scene last year. I think Rome could completely just be blowing smoke up my ass right now with all these running backs.
I think if it wasn't $50, he would be. But I think I don't think Rome's sitting on the couch investing $50
Beforehand,
Like
Rome
I think
said-
it would be a very good play, but I don't think he's doing that.
Beforehand,
I
he
don't
was
know.
like, "I'm in 2 other leagues, so this matters to me." So I do trust him.
And here's
I do trust
the
him.
thing: if you're an unbelievable game player and that's all part of it, you should beat me in the flock league. I'll let you. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like I won't let you, but like if you do, that's great.
I mean, yeah, bad intel can only go so far. It
And let's
can,
be
it can only
real.
do
What
so
did he
much.
Get voted off like the 3rd week. What happened with you?
Halfway through, it was rough.
But he was on Survivor. He was there.
Yeah, I was there.
He was there.
Sorry, your season. Who won again? Rachel. Yeah. Yeah.
And,
I haven't watched it yet.
And also your season when you're like
don't
getting
care though,
voted
right?
out. Do you know what's happening that week?
I was kidding.
No.
So you're blindside.
I got blindsided. They
Okay.
the good players.
Okay, so I didn't see that.
Yeah.
So you're going in there thinking like I got her vote, I got his vote.
I was going in there thinking
For
that
somebody else.
It's either going to go the way that I wanted the vote to go, or
Right.
it's me.
Okay.
I thought it
So
was
you were the one
70.
politicking for that week?
Survivor 48.
Huh?
48.
47.
47.
Yeah. I pretty much went into that vote knowing that I was like, in my head, I was like 75% is going to go the way I want, 25% is going to just be me. And,
Yeah.
It was just me.
Yeah.
I got every vote except for like 2.
Wow.
So this is Survivor 48 from Survivor Wiki.
47.
By the way. Sorry, 47 from Survivor Wiki, which I've never been on transparently, so I don't know what this site entails.
We'll see what happens.
But I wonder if we can get let's get some thoughts on Rome here.
This is never a good idea.
He was from the Lavo tribe. All right. He's an esports commentator. 30. You were 30 at the time.
Yeah. 30.
You're now
old are you now?
older.
32.
Nice.
You were voted out on day 12. Is there anything that you feel comfortable sharing about that season that wasn't casted or wasn't shown?
And doesn't
or-
break your NDA.
And that doesn't break an NDA, but
Here.
might be interesting or.
Well, the good,
Time's up.
Yeah.
Oh,
the good news is that my 2 years, my 2 years of my NDA are over.
can we put the
which
clock
is
back
nice.
to 90 seconds?
Sorry, hold on. We just got Trey McBride auto picks, so the auto picks are.
I would
going
love
both
if it was Trey
ways.
McBride, honestly.
Sorry,
I would
Jake
love.
Ferguson.
I would love to. So I'll drop Jake Ferguson. I think as soon as the stream ends. That's unfortunate.
You took Jacoby Lane.
I did. Yeah. I took Jacoby Lane. He's been getting a lot of hype. Like I said,
I
I
would've
need wide
loved to take
receivers that can
Jacoby
end
Lane.
up popping off. And
Yeah.
I feel like I drafted 4 wide receivers in a row that could end up popping off. So.
Okay.
Sal, I'll give you Jake Ferguson for Jaden Daniels. You need a tight end, right?
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Give us a. an answer
Yeah,
for
so my
Survivor.
NDA's over, 2 years after, so I could talk about anything. Yeah, but honestly, I will say that, I caught 13 fish out there. They didn't show that. They only showed me
Okay.
catching 1, I think. But yeah, I caught 13 fish with a spear in the ocean. Super hard to do. Only person on my season that caught anything, even though other people tried, but they just didn't show it. Never done it in my life. They give you a Hawaiian sling. It's literally a spear with 3 prongs of metal at the end, and you just got to go out there and try to catch fish in the ocean. And I was able to do it.
Probably someone who's like can make that stuff happen in other ways, like crafty like that, or you just surprise yourself with that.
It was one of those things where I watched all the seasons and I watched all the people do it, and I was like, okay, this is dope. I don't know if I'm gonna be good at it, but like if I get out there, I'm gonna try it. And it's been such a cool thing.
Like this guy's fucking catching a lot of.
Yeah, exactly. And being a provider for your tribe, a lot of times it ends up helping out in different ways
Right,
and things
right.
like that. Yeah. So there's a lot of pros to being able to fish and stuff like that out there. So I wish they would have kind of showed that a little bit more. Like my tribe, my nickname was the Aqua Mamba out there because big Kobe fan, they knew that, and so they all called me the Aqua Mamba. And
Which is crazy because I watched your season. I'm a big Survivor fan. A lot of people know. Never heard Aqua Mamba.
yeah. So
so
if
many
you
things
go
they
on
cut out.
YouTube and you type in Secret Scene episode 5, I think. That was when we had
Sounds
went,
like an OnlyFans.
we had went
video.
9 days without any food at that point.
Yeah.
And no, you did nothing to throw up. So yeah, we went 9 days without food, and we finally won the reward.
Yeah.
So we got back our flint, so we were able to
Right.
have fire that night for the first time in like 7-8 days.
Yeah.
And so immediately when we get back from the challenge, I just immediately go into the ocean with the spear to try to get some food. So
Is it the hardest thing you ever did in your life?
no.
'Cause a lot of people say that. Do you know what I mean?
No,
A lot of people are like, this is the
Survivor was
hardest thing
what
I
I
ever did.
expected. It wasn't the hardest thing I ever did in my life.
Yeah.
Including the casting process and everything. Yes, it was the hardest process because that casting process was probably harder than the game itself.
Right.
Because there's literally 40,000 people every year that apply, and they're only picking 18 for a season. So
Yeah.
being able to get selected out of that much harder than
Actually doing it.
literally. Yeah, exactly. Actually doing it.
Another auto pick.
Ronda
I
Gadsden.
thought that was me. I was like, no.
Oh, no, you're good. You got 30 seconds.
All right, so I'm looking for high upside wide receivers. Blah. I think that I will take. You know what? Is Jerry Jeudy technically the wide receiver 1 this year?
I would not say he's technically the wide receiver
sure.
one.
That is so weird. All right, I'm taking Zachariah Branch. I'm just going to take a stab on a rookie in Atlanta. Like I said, I'm taking people that might pop off. I punted at wide receiver essentially, so I am now just going wide receiver.
I'm
crazy.
wondering how much of your wide receiver core reaches the waiver wire by week 3.
I do think when you are like Rome is looking for something at wide receiver 3, taking he took 3 floor plays in a row. That's what Wandale, Dobbs, and Shakir are, right?
Yep.
I think
That's a good run.
There
Yeah.
are some big ceiling upside outcomes in that range. They're just not very likely. But then pairing them with 2 high upside rookies, I think you approach that wide receiver fill there at the end of your draft really, really well. I would not have been on board with the Jeudy pick. They're not talking about him at all. And Boston and KC are getting all the buzz in the world. And this is a guy who had 1,200 yards in 2024. 1,200 yards. And just is not getting, and that's obviously a lot of Jameis Winston, right? Which we know can prop up anybody. But the rookie's getting a lot of hype. Jerry Jeudy not being talked about at all in a terrible situation, terrible quarterback play. It just
Jack Best just got drafted.
Of course he did.
Hell yeah.
You love to see it.
This has been a pro
candle
Jack
is
Best
lit.
Channel.
The
for
candle
a
is
long
lit
time.
still.
And I'll leave a light on for you, Jack, even if nobody else will. I just want you to know you probably will never watch my stream, but I love you so much more than probably anyone else in the world, and I'm leaving a light on for you in case anything ever happens.
Is there any reason for that, or are you just looking?
Just fell in love with him during the draft process.
specific
You know how
reason?
sometimes there's
And he didn't do anything.
There's a dog.
Sneaky athletic, I think is what
No,
they say.
he's not even sneaky athletic. He's just
He's just
big. He's
just
thick.
athletic.
He's thick. I'll tell you. You know what it is? He's
You know him.
He's thick.
Takes one to know one.
Oh, brother.
But he's got that dog meter. I'm telling you.
He's got that dog beater.
Meter.
Oh, meter.
All right. You know what? Any words you want to say on the stream tonight, Sammy?
I think dog beaters is a good one to end it on.
All right. Oh, you're up. Okay.
I'm not up, but real quick, I just realized that Mr. Vetri has not taken a tight end.
No, that's because I'm going to trade him Jake Ferguson for Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in this league he's going to trade for a tight end at this point.
Well, I'd like to see what he's got up his sleeve here.
I mean, you're gonna. It's gonna be one of those situations where you just end up streaming off the waiver wire. And Sal, I will say, Kate Otten plays the Bengals week 1. I'll say it again.
Why does nobody like Brenton Strange?
Brenton Strange is fine
there
too.
you go.
Brenton Strange is fine too. I need a. I'm gonna go some high upside handcuff running backs here. Marshawn Lloyd, Jaden Blue with my last 2 picks.
Damn, Marshawn Lloyd's a good pick. Why the Jaden Blue love? Out of curiosity. Oh, okay. So just a handcuff.
So are you of the opinion that handcuffing your own running backs is a good idea?
Well, when I'm in round 14 and nothing else is there, and
I think a month out it makes more
it's
sense.
a tight end or that, sure.
If if Javonte goes down, if Javonte tears his ACL in camp,
Yes.
you will have obviously wanted to have Jaden Blue. So I feel you.
All right. So with my last pick, I'll take Hunter Henry. Just like Hunter Henry has pop-off games every year. Like you never know when it's going to be, but there's going to be one game he just drops 3 touchdowns and a ton of fantasy points for no reason. Chad is saying Jeremiah Love going crazy. All right.
I think he had like 70 yards on 14 touches.
70?
He had 14 carries. Oh my god.
Oh.
That's bearish.
I was gonna say I'm not sure I like that.
I'm gonna move Tyler Algier up my rankings right now. 14 touches.
Well, I wasn't going to take a tight end until Jaden Blue went, but I was going to drop Herbert for Brendan Strange in 2 minutes, but we're not doing that now.
Okay, I'm on the clock, and I hate everybody that's available.
Is there a way on Sleeper to filter by who's on
Oh,
IR?
actually, for
By what?
fun,
Who's on IR?
I'll grab Chig.
Oh no.
Just
By the
curious.
way, Fernando Mendoza, Sal, I don't know if you checked, 47 passing yards.
He just came in, so this is his second drive. Cousins surprisingly played almost
He played
the
a full
whole
drive,
half.
scored
really?
threw a
The whole
touchdown
half?
too.
Cousins played the first at least quarter. 'cause
So
I
you're
think-
telling me Jack Besh didn't play?
Well, the only
second
guy
half?
left to play, I think they only have 3 quarterbacks on the roster, so there's no way O'Connell's playing the entire second half.
By the way,
right.
Jeremiah Love against the Raiders practice squad defense most likely. Maybe it was the first team. 11 carries for 58 yards.
Okay, so Mendoza did get 2 drives, actually. The first one was only a 6-play drive.
Not
Gardner Minshew, by the way, the Cardinals quarterbacks haven't had an incompleted pass yet. Gardner Minshew 10 for 10, Jacoby Brissett 5 for 5.
And that's with Carson back out.
No Carson
that's
back.
That's a nice quarterback room, huh?
Jalen Brooks going nuts, 6 for 51.
I don't even know who that is.
Me neither, but he's number 86.
We're gonna do this giveaway, guys. So it's your last shot
can't
to
get
enter
out
it,
of this
okay?
freaking
If you want to enter the giveaway to win a season pass, you like the stream, and the second step is to type the code word, which for tonight is champ, because we got champ.
We got
in the
Sal
building.
Vetri in the house.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
No, we appreciate you hanging out with us. It's all, these streams are always the streams I have the most fun each year. I love coming each year and doing these streams. So, but let's hear from the chat as we're waiting to do this giveaway. I'll give you guys 60 seconds. Any final thoughts? Not from the chat. Final thoughts from the room on the draft you've had.
yes.
On anything that's impacted you spiritually or physically, emotionally.
You know, it's been a long day,
Yeah, that's been a long day.
That's been a long day.
and now I'm thinking I might not want those old fashions.
Same.
I'm so tired.
I want to go to bed.
Yeah, I will say for this draft. So is it winner take all? How are we doing?
Winner
this?
takes all.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 600.
Yeah, so I'll get $600.
So 600 is good. So for 600 on the line, you had to draft pretty serious. And I would say my team, up until that auto pick in round 11, I do like.
Yeah.
And realistically, I like it all.
I like
but
Rodriguez.
I
too.
still, I like him in the 10th compared to what's there. My regret and a learning lesson for Saturday will be Jaden Daniels. Even if he's in the 6th or 7th, it feels good.
Maybe
but
it would have
Patrick
been better
Mahomes
if you
went in
didn't
the
join the
13th
stream then,
round.
actually, because
Yes.
I don't want you to learn more for Saturday.
Yes, there's a chance I might take Jaden Daniels.
The
Saturday,
opportunity
but now I'm
cost
not.
is just—it's crazy.
The opportunity cost is
Yeah.
crazy, and it doesn't even feel like that in the moment when you're looking at like,
Yeah,
I don't give a shit
100%.
about Marvin Harrison and Jordan Tyson's injured and DK Metcalf's
Yep.
whatever. But now at the end of this draft, I'm like, wow, I wish I had DK Metcalf and Marvin Harrison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes in the 13th round.
Instead
or
of
whatever,
scribbling.
or whatever. I already deleted my rankings for that draft. I was like taking them off as I went.
Okay.
So I don't even know what quarterbacks were still available. We could probably see just in the waivers right
Well,
now.
Baker
Baker didn't get drafted.
so I
I
guess-
can list them off.
I
Baker
can
didn't get
see it
drafted.
now.
Shuck, Malik Willis.
Yeah, so I guess, did Kyler get taken?
Kyler did end up
Kyler
going in
did
the
get last
13th.
Okay,
yeah.
so like that's the thing is like this might not be a spitting image, but yeah, Jordan Love in the final round, I would much rather have than Jaden Daniels.
Bo
in round
Nix,
6.
Purdy in the 12th.
Like that. I mean that
Goff in
comparison.
the 12th.
Yeah, that's the difference right there for me. If you you want to go back to that quick, if
Which
you
one?
really just the draft on
It's going to
screen.
come back. It's just delayed on here, I think.
Oh,
so.
I see. My bad. Yeah, I mean, this is like oversimplifying it, and hindsight's what it is. But if you look at my 6th and 14th round picks, you could have Jaden Daniels or Brenton Strange, or you could have Jordan Love and Marvin Harrison. Like that just feels so much better.
100%.
So much
I completely agree with you. I mean, last year's MVP threw 47 touchdowns. He goes in the 14th, 13th round.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
it's just, it always
And a
feels,
6-point passing touchdown. Like
it
that's
always feels
that's
in the
different.
moment, like, how can I take Marvin
this
Harrison Jr.
round
over
6
Jaden
gets
Daniels?
gross. It feels weird. Yeah.
How can I not take the quarterback here? And then you look at it, and it's literally every single time. There hasn't been a single draft where we haven't felt this way,
Interesting.
where
Yep.
the quarterback later just always feels
Alrighty.
better because there's so many guys.
And
So
it's-
many guys.
And it's weird because, like, obviously I have the same mindset as you guys. Like, probably punting at quarterback is probably logical, but when Josh Allen fell to the middle of the 4th, like, I don't know. It almost doesn't matter what situation it is. Like, he might just be the #1 fantasy scorer again this year. And so if I can get him middle of the 4th, I'll gladly take Josh Allen every time, especially in a 6-point passing touchdown when he does both. Like, he rushes and passes like a lot. So, and a lot of times he would like pass a lot in games, like and do like 4 passing touchdowns and no rushing touchdowns, and he'd have a mediocre day. Well, now in a 6-point passing touchdown, he could have monster days. So I love my draft all around. It was a little shaky at first, definitely not taking many wide receivers, but I feel like I landed the plane. I feel like I landed it.
I love it. Sammy, any final thoughts for the people?
No, they've heard me enough.
I have a final
Probably
question
true,
for
actually.
the 3 guys in the room that were in this draft and will be in the league Saturday. Based on where you drafted today, do you like your team enough that you would draft there on Saturday?
I thought my answer to that would be no, but my answer is yes.
Yeah, if we like take out my auto pick thing in the 11th round, I think my answer. I don't think I would take this team right now. Like I would want another shot at it.
Yeah.
But I would not be mad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy with what happened at the 8, and I would be comfortable there.
I would be ecstatic to have this team in the Flock League. Would I be ecstatic to have the 7th pick? Probably not. So if there's any way I could probably try to avoid it and get a better pick, maybe at
They don't know that. So.
We don't spoil. Nothing is spoiled. No one heard
so I like
anything,
my team,
and nothing ever gets spoiled on this channel.
Definitely not. Definitely Zach earlier in the offseason spoiled that we were catching footballs for the
No,
order.
it did not. I did not. I did not spoil it.
But
Well,
if I can
now we
help
did
it-
after we did it, but beforehand for weeks. Well, for weeks we weren't telling anybody what the challenge was going to be. I mean, it doesn't. Really matter. It doesn't really matter.
No, we're gonna. Yes, I think we're fine.
But yeah, if I can do anything to not pick that, I'd probably say the 7th pick is like a top 5 pick for me.
Mason's actually calling me. He's upset with Sal.
Top 3 options, I would say, is the 1, 2 are kind of obvious just because Bijan and Gibbs. And then after that, for me, I would say the 12 and 11. And then after that, the 7. I truly think the 7th is the 5th best pick on the board.
Okay.
I think that's good. Now I have a question for Sammy. Would you? No, I'm being dead serious here. Yeah. Do you kind of mentioned it earlier with the Gibbs and Bijan? You think they're so like stacked compared to getting that turn pick? Do you think? Because I think having the 12th pick is like a borderline top 4 pick this year. I think I have it like ranked 5th overall right now.
12th?
The 12th pick.
Yeah.
Do you, with like this Puka news, think the top 12 pick is like a top 3 pick now? Like the 12th pick in the draft is, if you could choose, it would be your 3rd selection if something else was gone.
It wouldn't. I do prefer the range just before the 11-12, where I'm guaranteed to get a wide receiver in the first round.
Yeah.
I prefer starting wide receiver, running back, then running back.
Yeah.
Me personally, I just think I like being more flexible. The range that we end up in, like here, Monty falls to me, which is really nice. That
Sorry. Mason's in the chat. And he's talking trash about whoever drafted at the 105.
Oh, that's me. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, so I prefer I prefer getting a wide receiver first. The running back starts are nice. I just like locking up Amon-Ra, CD, or Jefferson. I'm really big on all those guys. So I prefer starting a draft wide receiver running back as opposed to just getting the
Yeah,
RB.
like if I'm looking at this draft right now, the guy from the 1 spot, I mean, I think he completely shit the bed. I think it's a terrible team. I don't know what you guys think. I think from the first 3 rounds, I love it, and I think nothing else in that entire draft I like. Maybe Shaheed in the 10th, but I mean, that's Shaheed. And Mahomes, I say, in the 13th.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like every stream now we have to show. Yeah. Honestly, I'll take it on. Okay, well, we had a lot of fun. I hope that you guys had a lot of fun. I am going to do the giveaway now. Sal's AI is taking over the room now. We've got 153 entrants tonight. And I'm still like going back to this photo. If you guys weren't here earlier, Sal said, today when we were at the studio and it was professional
If
lighting.
anybody is being
You looked as best
objective.
as you ever have. This guy looked exactly like you. And I said,
shave
that
your
guy
head and
looks
take
like
the
a
glasses off, and that
crackhead.
looks like
Yeah.
you guys are being so mean. This
That
is
is-
this is the 50% creator of the Chappelle Show, the greatest sitcom of all time.
And
or
the-
sketch
and
show.
there's-
Sketch show.
And there's a reason he's the creator of the show and not starring in the show.
Wow.
Okay, let's go ahead and spin the wheel.
Wow.
All right, our giveaway winner tonight. Good luck to everybody. And to everybody, good luck.
I think the 4 or 5, those running backs there are
Our winner
tough.
tonight is officially Sparrow. Hit me up on Discord.
No way. Shout out Sparrow.
Hit me up on Discord.
He was in the draft, I think.
And I will make sure we hook you up with some vouchers. Appreciate you, my friend. There's my username. You know me. And appreciate everybody for hanging out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be live tomorrow night. So if you want to come join us, then make sure you hit the notifications. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, be on the lookout tomorrow. The draft order video is going to be dropping probably bright and early, I'm assuming. So just be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a great time reliving the absolute madness that was the Jugs machine. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe to the channel as well. And if you're watching this on a replay, leave a comment, man. It all helps, all right?
That's great. All right, bye, guys.